I forget how long that countdown is. I forgot it was a full 30 seconds. Hi everyone, welcome to a very impromptu Black Friday, not a Sunday social, Friday social maybe we'll call it. But I've got the day off work thankfully, so I thought why not? I've been working on some YouTube videos and there has been some good Black Friday deals which we'll talk about. But I'm joined by Mark. Mark, thank you for joining.
Yep, I got the day off too, so happy Thanksgiving for yesterday, everyone.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. My wife was working, so we just
Oh,
had a very low key event. Did you? Your wife's not been well, has she? So how did you
no,
get on?
she caught COVID when we were in Dubai, so started showing symptoms on the flight back. Poor girl. So she was able to finally go out yesterday. So she went to the family, and hopefully the family won't catch it. I managed to catch a cold. Um, so I thought I'm probably more infectious than the wife is because this cold's a nasty one, nasty head cold. So I figured I'd stay home. So it was a
Yeah,
pretty quiet Thanksgiving for me anyway.
yeah. I got a cold before that wind up event, and I wasn't feeling. I thought I was gonna have to call it off, but thankfully, I kind of turned it around before I went. Well, I mean, that's a good lead up for. We never asked you on the last Sunday social about Dubai Watch Week and what it was like. There's obviously been a lot of things online, but there's so much content. It's hard to kind of work out what was
Yeah,
going
I
on at
mean,
the event.
a lot of the online content has been covering the new releases. There's relatively little covering the event in and of itself. Hodinky's got a nice article. Give them credit. My bel canto is featured on that in that article. So if you see a bel canto there, you know that's mine.
Ooh,
Um,
have a look.
I didn't see I didn't see the only other bel canto I saw in Dubai was in the GPHG case. They had all the watches that won prizes in GPHG. Have to scroll down quite a way.
Oh,
But this is a
okay.
nice little article.
Yeah, the photography looks. I haven't read this. I hadn't pre-read this, but the photography looks absolutely stunning. Um,
There you go.
oh, it is. Here we go. Oh, there you go. And you've got you've got
Speedy
a
on as
double
well.
watch.
So if you scroll up, there you go. The green T-shirt, the green shirt. That's my Speedy.
Oh, nice, beautiful. So you just have
Thank
the
you.
Belcanto in your bag.
Yeah, yeah. I wore it on the Friday. These photograph on the Thursday, and then these photographs were taken on the Friday. So the
Yeah,
second
that
day of it.
the strap's aged quite nicely, hasn't it? It's
Um,
had a lot of use, but
he's done some weird filters on that image because the strap still looks like a lovely blue, and you can see that the dial looks darker than it should be. So he's
yeah,
got some kind of filter on it.
yeah. It's also. I mean, I love the Belcanto, but it's quite hard. It's quite hard to watch to photograph because it's quite reflective, isn't it? So I wonder if
Yeah,
they.
yeah, but Dubai Watch Week. I think this was the sixth Dubai Watch Week, and they're held in Dubai every 2 years, run by Ahmed Siddiqui and Sons, which is a large. I think it's probably the largest independent watch distributor in the world. Um, they take over a part of the Dubai International Finance Center called the Gate, and they have a sort of a large exhibition space and then exhibition spaces around it. There was Rolex, Tudor, Ulysse Nardin, Audemars Piguet, Van Cleef and Arpels. Did I say Hublot already?
No.
Chopard, I think, had one as well. Um, but yeah, so you have all these exhibition spaces around it as well, and then a lot of the brands inside. The first day, the Thursday, was very busy, and then the Friday was pretty busy. I don't know whether they kept up everything for the 5 days, but they have events like Horology Forum will have an event. We'll have events throughout the week. Then there's the master classes and all sorts of stuff going on. So it was
Yeah.
it was it was fascinating. I really enjoyed it. I'd never been to Dubai or the Middle East before, so it was a great chance to experience a different culture, a very multicultural, very diverse place, Dubai.
Mm.
Uh, where we were staying was about 10 minutes walk from Dubai Watch Weeks, which was convenient. And yeah, apart from it rained. It rained Thursday night into Friday, and Dubai does not do rain very well.
Oh, really? Because it's not. They're
Well,
not used to it. Or
it's the desert, so it rains five times a year or something. So the roads don't have drains, and they had this. There was a massive thunderstorm on Thursday night, so
oh
um,
wow.
yeah, there was a lot of water about on the Friday, so they had to delay the show 5 hours to clear it all up and make sure all the buildings were safe and hadn't been washed away.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Dubai doesn't do rain very well. It's because they're not expecting it. It's like
Yeah.
London doesn't do snow very well because it doesn't snow in London,
Yeah. I
except when
I
it does, and it's a panic.
I once went to Vegas in the Christmas, and it was freezing cold. Like it was so chilly, it was unbelievable. And yeah, everyone was kind of clambering around trying to buy coats and stuff because nobody was expecting it. But um,
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to see brands you might not see. There's a lot of independents there. A lot of CEOs are there, so I was able to chat to Davide Serrato, who's the CEO of Braemore now.
oh yeah,
Um, Jean-Claude Biver was there. All the names were there. So if you're a Watch World people spotter, and I must admit I'm not, but if you are, you can see all the names you hear about.
oh wow, you
Um,
should make bingo cards for the next
yeah,
next time.
Ariel Adams was there. He probably won the prize for the worst dressed man at Dubai Watch Week, but that's no
Ooh,
surprise. His shorts and Hawaiian shirt, his yellow shorts and Hawaiian shirt stood out. Put it that
cool.
way. Adrian Barker was there. Bamford was there. Monochrome guys were there. Apparently, I mean, all this is I'm being told by the people spotters. I wouldn't recognize half of them if they came up and introduced themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I'm the same when we lived in San Diego and stuff. When people would not when lived in San Diego, but when go San Diego, people are like, "Oh, that's so and so sport." Like I don't know any US sports people, for example, but
yeah.
um, cool. Well, we got some questions actually coming through already. So, hey, Bill, thanks for joining us. Aaron as well, thank you for joining us. Um, First question is, hello from Long Island. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. What ADs, Booker, etc., or grey market dealers are having the best deals in your opinion? I don't know. I mean, Hodinkee is doing $500, aren't they, off their used watches, which is I presume through Crown and well, it will be through Crown and Caliber, won't it? But
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any others. I mean, if you noticed anyone running a promo,
There was an article on Watch Pro this morning about one of the watches of Switzerland doing deals on pre-owned.
oh right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So this is Crown and Caliber shop Black Friday deals. 500 off site wide on all pre-owned watches. So
But I would imagine that given how hard the Swiss watch industry is trying to keep prices high and keep control of prices, any any distributor or seller that's taking 30% off something is going to get their wrist slapped very hard.
yeah.
So the discounts will be on the pre-owned, I would think.
Yeah, yeah, I think so as well. This is a beautiful watch. This Evolution 9, but 7,500. I mean, I think it's 9,000 new. But yeah, I got to see one of those in person in New York.
Cool.
Yeah, it's hard to say. You don't know whether they've been slowly tickling them up $500 like over the last couple of weeks, and then it's. I mean, this 4,250 for a pre-owned Seamaster from.
That's a
Okay, so it's last year's model.
well, that's a current generation, yeah. I mean that's been on sale since 2018. So that's the current reference 212, 210 or 212. So that's a current Seamaster.
Do you
That's
feel like
not a
that's a decent price?
that's that's rather high. Some of them will go for less.
Hmm.
You know,
Yes.
the steel and blue is generally less than that. That seems to be a bit high
Okay.
because I mean, what's the new price on a strap is what 5,200. So that's high for a pre-owned.
Yeah, let's see if we got any comps on Chrono.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, so there's I mean they're still high, aren't they? There's a couple that are below around the $4,000 mark, but maybe it's a model that's retaining its price.
Well, but that's why would you buy it pre-owned? Because you can just go and buy a new one.
Yeah.
Only even in fact, the very first year shouldn't have run out of warranty yet, although they'll be getting towards the end of their 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's this model, isn't it? 5,600. So
it's gone up a bit. Yeah,
yeah.
of course it's gone up.
So I suppose that's not a bad deal for a slightly. It's probably comparable, isn't it? It's it's within the margin of error on
Yeah,
4,250. Plus, they have a guarantee, don't they? I think they inspect them, don't they? And then they give
yeah, most of them do.
comes backed by our 2-year warranty. So that might not be a bad shout actually if you're in the market for one of
And
those.
it's uh, as everyone should know by now, I am a Seamaster fan. That's not it strikes me that's a bit high, but okay, maybe it's just
Well,
following the market.
if you're
But
getting your 500 off it as well, actually, that
if
is
you're
a
getting
good deal.
500 off, if you're getting 500 off on top, yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder if that is the case where you would get it. Let's see if they. Yeah, subtotal. Yeah, 3,750.
That's not bad then.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually better than. I don't think there's one that's less than that on Chrono, is there? So I better stop looking at this, aren't I? I'm going to end up buying a flipping
Hey, I
Sigma
can
shop.
sell. I can sell you a Seamaster if you want one. I've got
You know what?
plenty. So
I've got to be honest, it's the hands for me. There's something about the hands that maybe I need to just get one and just get used to it, but it's something about the hands that I've never warmed to. And I'm a huge Pierce Brosnan James Bond fan, so this is right in my wheelhouse, but maybe I need to just bite the bullet and get one and do it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know any other grey market dealers. Are any other grey market dealers doing any
I think
deals?
Sam D is saying that Joma Shop have some good ones.
Okay, let's have a look. It's a great question, by the way.
Yeah.
Joma Shop. Let's have a look. Black Friday preview sale. First of all, Mark, before we look at this, you've got to answer the question: is Joma Shop legit?
Yes. I
Five
don't know what
hundred.
else to tell you.
Got a $500 coupon. Let's have a look here. Okay, so they've got that model. Is that new? So that looks like it's a new. That's looks like because they do sell
Yeah.
pre-owned now, don't they? But that looks like it's new for 3,957. So actually, you're within $200 of getting a brand new one there.
Yep. I mean, you're not going to have the 5-year Omega warranty,
Hmm.
but you know, if you want to buy, I'm not sure I'd buy an Omega from Joma Shop, but I'd certainly be willing to go up to a couple of grand there if there was
Yeah,
something interesting. I mean, I've looked for some of the more unusual Youngens watches on Joma Shop as time go, from time to time. I've
mm,
just never actually pulled the trigger, but they're always
yeah.
worth looking at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, these aren't bad prices, are they? 209 for these Seiko fives.
Yeah,
Um,
I
that's
mean,
a
for
good price.
something like an unusual Seiko, you're going to Joma Shop or Saya or Sakura
Yeah.
or Buy Japan or something like that just to get some of the JDM ones.
I am in love with a Seiko, one of these Seiko fives, and I hate myself for it because I just don't have any luck with Seiko fives with the movements and stuff. But it's that. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, should I buy it? Should I try and find it? I'm going to try and find it. We'll try and find it, and then we'll go. They've done. Let's have a look. Let me just search for it. This, let me see if they have it. If not, I'll show it you. So it's this GMT, but the two-tone, the gold, and oh, they actually haven't got it. There's one of these that has the gold. It's a newish model. It's got the gold bezel. It's sort of like a two-tone. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I keep getting burnt with mid-range Seiko mechanical watches.
And
um,
there's a question from T. Lookster. I think I said that right.
Oh yeah, that's that follow on. Yeah.
Yeah, the question down towards the bottom.
Oh yeah,
Would
yeah,
you buy an expensive 1,000 plus pre-owned from a grey
yeah,
market dealer?
yeah. Well, I have and I will. I have done and I will do again. Yeah. I mean, I
I
bought
mean,
watches like that for Chrono 24.
yeah. I mean, I haven't, but and not necessarily pre-owned, but new watches. When I bought my Mido Ocean Star, my GMT, that was the price I got from a deal, from the dealer with the discount they offered me without me even trying, was the same as Joma Shop. So buy it from a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
But it depends how thoroughly you want to shop around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I bought my Grand Seiko GMT from a grey dealer on Chrono 24 from Japan. Chrono 24's got pretty good checks and balances. Plus, they've got a really good review section as well. So you just go in and read the reviews of and I think they hold their dealers to quite a high standard. So, okay. So, next one up is James Duffy says, question: do you think Black Friday, Cyber Monday is good for the watch industry? What about for watch collectors? Um,
I
so,
I I rather think that a lot of the bigger brands are ignoring it. They're not doing anything with it. Christopher Ward, I saw, for example, used to do Black Friday deals. They
mhm.
used to have a small black. I don't know if they're going to have a Black Friday nearly new sale. I think
They
those have
did
been
it. Well, they're
restricted
doing
to
that
January.
blue. They're
But
doing Blue Friday, aren't they? Is their thing
yeah,
this
but
year?
that's actually giving to the Blue Marine Foundation charity. It's not a
Yeah,
price reduction.
yeah,
So I think a lot of the watch brands, the bigger ones, are ignoring it, saying Black Friday is for TVs. It's not for watches. I think is
yeah. So this is you
the
raise
view
a
I'm
very
getting.
you raise a very interesting point on there. So on Amazon, which a lot of people will be doing their Black Friday shopping on here.
Yep,
Casio aren't doing. There is literally no G-Shock, hardly any G-Shocks. Um, there's like two G-Shocks that are on Black Friday. This one, which is like a really obscure one anyway, and that seems to be it. If you just type in Casio, because even Casio on their website, they're saying they're doing a sale, but it's the same stuff that they've been hawking for a while on their outlet store. It's not like dedicated
yep.
stuff. They've got the odd few Black Friday deals, but the thing is, these watches that are on these Black Friday deals here, um, are actually on the. If you go to, they have if anybody doesn't know this, if you go to G-Shock, this one they shill all the time. This one actually is a special edition that they only do for Black Friday. So it's a really weird one. But if you go to their holiday specials here, all of these watches are ones that are on their these they've been trying to sell for months and months on their outlet stuff. So if you go to explore the outlet, these are watches that they've had for ages, and they're just like weird ones that they've been trying to sell for ages. They haven't done, they're not doing anything like across the board special, um, and they haven't done anything other than what the standard stock was. So I thought that was interesting. There's nothing on, they haven't done anything on Amazon. And then if we go to watch shop that the only watches that are doing a kind of Black Friday thing, it seems, are the Citizen. But even
I,
some of
I was
these
going to
seem
ask about
like,
Citizen. Yeah.
yeah, even some of these. There's one watch Citizen make that comes up every Black Friday, and it's the only time I see it, and it's this one. For some
Oh,
reason, it's
sort of
like, yeah,
Planet Ocean alike.
Yeah, it's the only time you ever see it pop up is, to me, my mind is on these Black Friday deals. Is this watch? It seems to be their Black Friday watch or their like Christmas sale watch, but all of the others are just standard. This is one of the best watches they make, but even 219's a little seems a little steep. I love this version of this watch.
Yeah,
Looks
that's a
awesome. It
cool
looks
one.
awesome in person, and then this one as well with the blue. But anyway, let's yeah. So good question. So what? Actually, we didn't answer the question, did we? Do we think it hurts the community? I suppose it depends what type of collector you are. If you like quantity, then it's probably good. You can get a lot of reasonably priced watches.
But the Swiss watch industry seems to ignore it. If you're looking at the I'll call them introductory models, or the beta models, you can get 30 or 40% off a lot of watches without Black Friday. So I don't
Mm,
know that it affects the watch industry, whether it's Switzerland or Japan, that much, because these deals pop up regularly throughout the year. So they're using it as a stock management, as a stock turnover tool, rather than as a genuine discount. And if you're engaged with Kickstarter or anything like that, and you're looking for bargains, browse Kickstarter for uh, early bird specials, and you get better prices anyway. So I don't know that Black Friday or Cyber Monday really affects the watch community as much as we'd like to think it does.
yeah. So sympathy for the bezel is saying Citizen MB6021 is selling for like 30% off a hell of a watch for deal at $700. So this is their automatic diver. I think this is actually linked to one of their historical models as well. So yes, $516 for BMBO to movement in there. That's on Macy's as well. It's got some really good deals on stuff. I know Michael, who's in our watch group, he is a big fan of Macy's, and they have got some really good deals on. This is for all the US viewers, um, but yeah, Macy's has got some good deals going on. Okay, let's have a look if we've got any other questions. I'll just remove that.
I think James
Uh,
James Duffy has one that's referring back to Dubai Watch Week.
okay, let's have a look.
I would I would love more consumer and community focused
Yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah. Here you
shows.
go. Yeah, I would love more consumer and community focused watch shows with industry vendors and panels like Comic Con. Um,
I mean, the only one that actually seems to be like that is probably Dubai Watch Week. Um,
yeah,
Wind Up is a selling show,
yep,
and you may actually meet the CEOs and stuff. Nicholas from Fears, Nicholas Bowman Scargill is there. The chap from Jack Mason. So you get a lot of the
yeah,
brand
yeah,
owners are there, but it's primarily a selling show.
yeah, and also
Watch Time in the US is more of a showing type show, but they're mainly dealing with boutiques in New York City. It's not necessarily the brands themselves.
yeah, I think this is a good. I think this is a good point. I mean, the Watch Pro, the wind up was definitely very much a selling show, and it takes a real skill as a CEO of a watch company to be able to be quite social and also, run a watch company. I think so. Yeah, the ones that Pete and Nicholas obviously stood out. Mike at Christopher Ward, really really cool to speak to. Peter at Jack Mason, same thing, but some of them are quite awkward when you talk to them. I found at watch, but also I think because they either had seen the YouTube channel, they were thinking, "Oh, you're going to be start asking me a load of questions about watches and not when I've got selling to do." So maybe that was a little bit of a thing. But you're right, yeah, maybe there could be a community focus with because I guess for new collectors, well, I ask your opinion on this, Mark. Do you think for new collectors these shows probably seem quite intimidating, don't they? I would imagine that you can't necessarily go in and just start, you know,
Yeah,
learning about.
you have to have a certain amount of personal chutzpah if you're going to do that. Um, but for the brands, unfortunately, all of these shows are expensive to do. You do trade
Mm.
shows, you know how expensive a trade
Oh
show
yeah.
is. Um, and then a lot of them, if they're based in Switzerland and you want to come to the US, for example, there's a whole bunch of expensive air flights and hotels involved as well. So, would we like to see more of these shows? It's probably best if you're a member of a local watch club that gets brands in.
Yeah.
I would imagine Red Bar is probably the best way of doing it. It's hard to see how you can do it on a regular basis unless it's organized through something like Wind Up. But the I think the UK is much better at the smaller local community shows than the
Yeah.
US is. So I guess it would depend where you are. I mean, certainly it's a good idea, but for the most part, people want if you're going to go to a trade show, you're doing it for marketing or selling purposes. That's quite
Yeah.
specific because it's expensive to do.
Yeah, yeah, and I did a load of trade show, a completely different industry than this, but I did a lot of trade shows. I'm part of a trade show team. I'm a part of a sales team, but we have to do trade shows, and we're often wanting people to ask us stuff. And also, if you're asking a fairly what you might think is a basic level question, that's the test of a salesperson. I think if they can answer it properly or not. So I think that's quite an interesting thing. So yeah, but I can definitely see how some of some of the large. I was even intimidated at watch time. I have to say, because the watches are just so out of the prices are so out of the reach of what I would ever spend on a watch, I think, unless I won the lottery, I guess. But even then, I don't think I would enjoy wearing, a very highly complicated watch that cost me a lot of money. I don't know whether I'd enjoy that. I would think I would still enjoy tool watches, but even I was intimidated, I guess, a little bit asking certain brands things. I actually spent most of the time at the G-Shock stand, so I guess that shows.
Yeah, for this year for watch time because I went to the Friday VIP event and it seemed to be a bit late starting. So they had us all upstairs in the Independence Lounge. And there you just go, oh, yeah, the first price you hear is 210,000. The second price is 500,000. And you just go, I don't belong here. I really don't belong
Yeah,
here. It's not my
yeah,
world.
yeah, exactly. So, Jack, welcome, Jack. Ask a question. Wind Up had panels, did it?
Last year it did. This year they moved a lot more brands down into the basement where they had the panels. I don't think they have
Yeah.
panels this year.
No, I don't. It was a great point, Jack, but I don't think they. I don't. I would have stayed and watched. I mean, I had my wife with me, so I probably wouldn't. But I don't think they had. I don't know where they would have had them. They really they maxed out that space. I'll have to say
Yeah,
they
they've filled
even
that
out.
space already.
Yeah, a Fossil was right by the restrooms, wasn't it? Which is they got a good flow of people going to the restrooms. You saw like the full Fossil stand going on.
And this year Wind Up got some brands that would normally be at Watch Time, but Watch Time said we don't have the space for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Nautische Instrument Müller Glasuter, Meister Singer, and there was another couple that were basically kicked out of Watch Time and had
yeah.
nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I thought the watch time. I don't know if I've said this on the live stream before, but the watch time venue is spectacular, but it's really awkwardly positioned for that type of thing because it's essentially a circle with an inner bit. So you're running a gauntlet, really. It actually stopped. There was a couple of brands I wanted to stop at, but they were in a pinch. There were these ridiculous pinch points where there was like two brands and people queued either side. So you were literally like single file going through the gaps, really. And then they had the issue with the ceiling leaking as well. So
Oh
there
yeah,
was
the roof leaked. Yeah,
the
I mean,
dustbin.
roof leaks in large spaces in Manhattan aren't unusual. The Javits Center is famous for leaking. Um, the MoMA building, the Frank Lloyd Wright MoMA building, has always leaked, but then Frank Lloyd Wright buildings leak. He was great at vision, not great at waterproofing. Uh, so
Well, yeah, that
having a
LA
leaky
one, isn't
building
it?
in New
That
York,
famous LA one is
yeah,
isn't it? Because of his brick system that he built is sort of crumbling because of water.
yep.
Um,
But yeah, it's interesting. But I don't, to be honest, Jack, I don't think Wind Up had panels this year. They did last year, I know for certain. But
Yeah.
this year, I don't think they did because they had watches in the space.
Yeah.
They had
So
watch brands
Al
in the space.
says, I just bought that Black Friday G-Shock. Do you know much about them in general? Is it any good? It's a G-Shock. It'll be awesome. It'll be good. They're very well built. I review a lot of G-Shocks on the channel as well, and the only thing that I ever negatively say about a G-Shock is some of them are really hard to, not that one, but some of the ones where they do like the negative displays or they do the black hands on the black dial. This is a little teaser for a review that's coming up soon. Some of them are quite, for recent years, they've made some of them quite illegible to read. Like there's a Casio that's like black hands, black dial, black thing. And it's like, what, I don't understand what this isn't a Casio, this isn't G-Shock, but they're for some reason they're going through a real thing of making them illegible. I bought that 40th anniversary Frogman, which on paper was ideal for me, but it had gold and then the LCD over the top, and I just couldn't. You just can't read them. Some of them in normal daylight, not the one you've got, but just some of them that I've reviewed recently. Seems really
And
like weird.
and speaking of which, that reminds me, we haven't done a wristwatch check.
Oh yes, we haven't done a wristwatch check. Well, yeah. Yeah, Al, you'll love that one. Michael, who is a member of our private Facebook group, he's got the standard color, not the special version of that, and he loves it. So, yes, go for it. Oh yeah, the
So
Mark II.
I have my Mark II 2014 reissue racing dial. I've finished doing watch rotations now, so I'm for the last couple of months of the year I'm wearing watches I like. So this one always does very well on that list. So
Yeah, and look how it's
Speedy
still
Mark II.
so vibrant, that orange,
Yeah.
isn't it? Still, yeah. I am wearing. I got this in a little swapsies with a little trade that I did, and this is the Marathon. This is the GSAR, the Government Search and Rescue. I think they provide it to the Canadian government, but this is them automatic. This is what they call the medium one, or they might even call it large, but it's 41 millimeters. This one, I'll say, is not a strap monster. The way it's proportioned, I bought the bracelet for it, which there's a video coming out soon. I've got like 5 videos ready to drop, so subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. But yeah, this is it. I finding it difficult to find the perfect bracelet for it. I bought the actual one that came with it. That's another story. But I'm finding it difficult to find a bracelet that kind of works with it. But at the moment, I'm wearing it on a NATO. The included rubber strap that came with it is really good. But I don't know. I go through phases of wearing rubber straps. I'm going through like a bracelet phase at the moment. I went through a NATO couple of years. Then I went through a rubber strap couple of years. But now I'm for bracelet for some reason. I like to, when you're holding the watch, when you're winding it or whatever. I quite like the feel of the bracelets these days.
Yep. So do you want me to have a go at Sam D asking about the MBNF?
Please, yeah. And thanks, Sam, for being so active. Sam, also, I know if you want to come on the live, let me know. I know we've talked about this on past, but if you want to dive on, just send me a WhatsApp.
So I did see the MBNF booth. I have to confess that I am not the biggest MBNF fan. I love the legacy machines, but the horology machines, the HMs, I think are sometimes disappointing and heading towards downright ugly. Just don't ask me about the HM8 Type 2, please. So I did see this. It is an amazing piece of art and engineering, but one of the Scottish watches writers group that's based in Dubai, he spoiled it for me right from the start. He basically said it looks like one of those old time faucets with the cross.
Yeah.
So if you see one of those old taps that has the four bars, so you can turn the water on and off, he said it looks just like that, and I couldn't get that picture out of my head. And it does. It looks just like that. It is an amazing piece of engineering, but it's not for me. They also had at Dubai the MBNF gallery with the larger scale sculpture pieces. And I think
this is what you were talking about, this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, wow. That is weird.
Yeah. and it is in MBNF's style. The engineering is incredible. The design, I think they've lost the power to shock, so that they're just going further and further and further, but they can't shock anymore. At least with the HM series. So for me, I can admire the engineering. I can't admire the look. I mean, it's huge. It's like a dinner plate on the wrist. But
Yeah.
then people go, well, it's an MBNF. You're not supposed to wear it. I'm a little more utilitarian and focused with wristwatches. I like to wear them, and that's going to be a door frame magnet or a table magnet. It's a dinner plate on the wrist.
Yeah. So
It's got lots
yeah.
of things to catch on too.
So what's the deal with it? Is it got more than? Is it a couple of time zones, or is what's?
I can't remember, to
Yeah,
be honest.
you've got two. One's obviously the winding crown, isn't it? But then you've got the other four
You've
things.
got three more. Yeah, I mean, it's all. I think it's all done from a central gearbox. That's its engineering.
Okay, so that's like its shtick.
Engineering prowess or engineering shtick. But I'm one of the few people that's willing to criticize MB&F. They are in many ways a Teflon brand, but you can admire the craftsmanship, but I think they've lost their way design wise. They've got stuck in some patterns that they can't get unstuck from, and they don't know how to move their language forward. They've been doing it for 20 years. I mean, it's not surprising, but they're probably due a rethink design wise.
Yeah. Great point. Sam also mentioned about the yeah.
Sorry, I was just reading Sam D's comment about that image of the tap.
Oh yeah, that you can't
I
get it out of
can't
his
get
head.
it out of my head. Yep, that was exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, so Sam's saying you're absolutely right about the Bluetooth version of the Black Casio. Yeah, this is that one. This even in that highly lit thing, this is the date here. I didn't know this, but there is like a very basic module of the Casio. I didn't realize this because I'm giving away. Actually, I'm going to have to stop talking about it. I'm giving away a review that I'm going to be doing. So anyway, we'll switch off that. So okay, let's see what. Yes. So let me see. Yeah. So I don't know if you could speculate on this. Do you know? Has anybody ever told you what would the
No.
service cost on it be?
Well, I suspect they don't get worn enough to ever need a service, but they make a few hundred watches a year. So, and their designs go in and out of. They don't. A lot of their designs don't hang around because everything is virtually is bespoke and unique. So I would imagine that just as the cost of the watches is proportionately high, I would imagine the cost of a service is proportionately high too. Put it this way, it's not going to be $150 in a local watchmaker to fix it, is it?
Yeah. So Sam's saying that one shows the time, one is the power reserve, and one shows the temperature, and the other one is the crown.
So that's an interesting point. I wonder if it ever moves off 30 degrees Celsius, because that's the temperature of a wristwatch on your wrist.
That is interesting.
So you see a lot of watches with a temperature measurement, and the temperature measurement only works if you take it off, because all the material of the watch equilibrates to the temperature of the back of your wrist. So it shows 30.
Yeah, I always
Interesting
wondered
point.
that the ABC sensors on the Casios. Okay, Thomas is saying.
Oh, actually, can you go up? There was
Oh yeah,
one, and I forget. I got a couple of Certinas at a great price.
yeah.
And I didn't even mean to buy anything. So it's really hard to see Certinas in the US.
Yeah, it is.
But in the gate in Dubai, there's a store called Rivoli, which is the Swatch Group distributor in the Middle East, and they had Certinas there. So I actually wandered out of Dubai Watch Week into the sort of the shopping center part of it, and was looking at Certinas and Longines that you can't see in Europe or the US. So yeah, I
Yeah,
actually got to look at some Certinas there. They're really rather nice.
yeah. Do you know there was a guy that used to join our he was on our Facebook group, Robert. and he was a big fan of Satina. And you're right, they don't. It's a Swatch Group brand, but they don't distribute to the US. Joe Machop, maybe. Sorry, maybe Sivan is talking about the Joe Machop, but yeah, Joe Machop seems to sell them, but yeah, they're not easy to view. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I always hear good things about the Satinas, especially I forget what they've got a famous dive watch, haven't they? But anyway, cool. Okay, so yeah, thanks for the question. Let's have a look. So going back to Thomas, says the Dubai Watch Week YouTube channel had a brilliant talk that they posted, given by the designer Stephen McDonnell, on the trials and tribulations of watch innovation. Well worth watching. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they do some good stuff. The talks that they have, and I'm not sure the masterclasses so much, but the talks that they have are quite interesting. I went to a couple of the debates. I went to the sustainability talk, and it doesn't help that I spent a couple of years looking at sustainable compostable materials, so I could see what they were getting at, but I could also see some of the problems that they're about to have. So a little bit of knowledge is dangerous in these things, but any show that can do the talks like that, just to broaden perspective or introduce things that you wouldn't normally see, I think is a great thing. Goes back to the earlier comment, but yeah, sort of with any of these talks, though, you have to hold your skepticism in check. They are selling concepts at that point. It's just, and if you don't know it, you can drink the Kool-Aid with them. It's not necessarily a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to make these videos, and I'm thinking it's only really Periscope, isn't it, that really goes into the details on these things. But some of the stuff that they cut, especially at Watches and Wonders, like Panerai with their e-steel, I think you could just, isn't most steel they recycle steel all the time. I mean, there's definitely steel recycling agents in my hometown of Stockport that would go in and liberate steel from people's homes.
Or the lead from your roof if you were really unlucky.
Yeah, the copper fairies would come in and strip a house bare if it was left unattended for a few weeks. But yeah, so they're making a big song and dance about recyclable e-steel, but it's like I think most stuff is, is steel is recycled several times. Well, I think indefinitely.
Because it doesn't suffer a quality degradation when you recycle it. So unlike like paper or fabric, each time you recycle it, it suffers a quality degradation. So you have to manage that. Steel doesn't, so long as you've got the right composition. And if you wanted a highly specific steel with a limited composition, can be quite difficult. Just the analytical techniques on that sort of steel is tricky. But e-steel seems to be an upcharge for something that, as you said, Sam, is common practice anyway.
Yeah, it's really weird. Thomas says that I noticed Joe Machop had some Black Friday preview sales. The Omega Railmaster was very attractively priced at 3,152, down from 5,000. Let's have a look.
Just shows you how popular the Railmaster is.
I just, there's something about it. Well, first of all, it doesn't have the date. This one looks like a pair of jeans. I just don't. Sorry if anybody owns this watch. I should be careful what I say, but this one just looks as if it's like a Levi's special edition for some reason to me. But and this one has got the back in the, I don't know, Omega don't really do this anymore, but they went through a phase of heavy Fotina, didn't they? And I think this is a Fotina one, but yeah, I mean, that's a good deal.
I mean, it's going to be well made. It's going to be reliable.
Yeah.
And if you like it, go for it.
Yeah. Thomas, if you want to, you sending some good comments through. I messaged you before, but if you want to join, just let us know. I'll send you the link. Okay, so let's have a look. So yeah, so he didn't get it from Germany, he got it from his local AD. So Sam's saying Satina also released a new integrated bracelet watch with a Power-Matic 80 movement to kind of compete
Oh,
with the
that's cool.
TRX. That is interesting because they're obviously not sister brands, are they? But they're owned by the same.
They're owned by
master.
Swatch. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see if we can find this integrated bracelet watch. Do you think the fad? Oh, there you go. Well, that's all right, actually, isn't it? God, that's not far off
The
the
green
12,
looks
is
cool.
it?
The green looks
Yeah.
cool. Actually, it looks nicer than the 12. It's got a better dial.
Hey, as the official, unofficial head of the Christopher Ward fan group, a fan club group. Let's have a. Oh, it's obviously gone now. Why can't I find it? I actually think this is that dial watch, the PH2000M. This is the one that is their famous, the one that I've looked at a couple of times actually. Oh, that's a cheeky homage, isn't it? Homage. That's a Mido. So where is this fucking
Nothing
watch?
wrong with Mido.
Nothing wrong with
Mido.
Mido.
Although, you can get 20 or 25% off a Mido at a regular distributor without asking. Oh, yeah, we can order that for you and we'll give you a special 25% discount. In the conversation, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I have some friends that they're not really watch people, but I've kind of got my friend Josiah into watches. So he
Oh, you're a bad man.
Yeah, they went in, they were checking out Midas. God, that's actually I'm looking for that other watch, but this one's a nice looking one, isn't it? That's like the Sidral, but with a titanium case. In fact, I bet you it's the same innards, maybe. Why can't I find this integrated bracelet watch? Why is it not? But yeah, it looked great from that little photo.
You might have to just search under Satina's site, or are you under Satina's site?
I'm on their site, yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice looking one as well.
I mean, to be fair to the Christopher Ward 12, the dark blue and the purple are probably my favorite of them because it doesn't highlight the dial so much. And then they've got the 36mm, just the black dial and the rhodium dial, which are very much pared back. Very much more my thing, but 36 is too small.
Here you go, 39.
That's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I like that.
Cool.
They've done a good job with the bracelet, at least visually.
It looks as if there's rubber, either PVD sections, doesn't there, or
yeah,
or maybe it's just the depth of the.
It's really hard. Different polish. It's hard to say.
Yeah, the depth of the polish,
or the depth, or they've got a shape carved into it.
Yeah, it's quite hard to tell, isn't it? 39. I suppose that's it depends how thick it was. Probably. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. Yeah, well spotted. Okay, so Sean, he's our he's our Omega collector. Sean, he don't give them ideas for a Levi special edition. I think Sean was one of the first. Let me know, Sean. Were you one of the first people to get the one of the Speedy Tuesdays? Weren't you in the US?
Wow, lucky man.
Yeah, Thomas, thanks for joining.
I'm late.
I only just sent you the link. Let me just boost you up. You're very, very quiet.
Am I? Sorry about that. I'll get closer to the mic.
Yeah, you're quite quiet. Okay, let's see if we've got any other questions coming through.
Oh, there's a question about the Atawak.
Yeah. This is so, Sam, since you handled and reviewed the Atawak, do you think they're worth their price tag? The spaceship is around $3,500. Let me check that actually, because I thought it was. Yes, let's have a look. Atawak.
I was checking out Atawak, and on the old Kickstarter campaign they did for the Etowah, and they had it at the early bird for $299. And it's just surprising how much they've skyrocketed now. They've really built a presence. That was in 2019, I think, that campaign. But these new models, the Cobra, the Tarantula,
Yeah.
and this one, the Spaceship, they're going for 2,000, 3,000, like Sam points out.
Yes.
3,500.
Yeah, so this would be 20% off, wouldn't it? So this would be 100. How much would that? Oh, I can't do the maths.
35,000. It'd be 3,150 or 3,000.
Yeah, I mean here that it says the one that I reviewed is 1,899. So what would that be minus? You basically but like a 400 off it, wouldn't it? Really, 300 and
Yeah,
300
yeah,
and something. So it'd be
yeah.
about $1,500. If that's right, it is well worth that, because even though it's using, I've got a full review on the website. They are very well made. The feel. I reviewed the Cobra, so this one,
I really
and then I
like that.
reviewed the Spaceship. The Spaceship is a more refined version of the Cobra. What's
Right.
cool about it is this sapphire crystal is carved. I've never seen anything like that. So they've carved it. They're using Miyota movements, even though it's got they don't call that the Wandering Hour, but the Cobra that's using the Wandering Hour complication, and
Yeah.
this one they're both using Miyota movements. I was impressed. The rubber strap was great. The loom was a little bit janky. Some of the bits where the loom is red. So if you see these red bits, the numbers here, that was a little bit subtle. The loom didn't really show off. This center bit spins. I think for if it is $1,500 or even this 1,800,
They're coming out
getting
of
a
Hong
lot
Kong,
of.
aren't they? They're coming out of Hong Kong, and I mean, I'm not dissing Chinese watches at all, or Hong Kong watches, but I mean, I do think they've elevated the prices quite a lot from their startup on Kickstarter. They're trying to say that we are more of an work than a than a low tier brand, you know.
Well, but if you look at them, there's nothing else like them. The next step up is something like Renaissance with their concave orbital system, and they're 20 grand and based on an ETA. So
I'd say
for something like this, or then you're going to $60,000 to $100,000 for an MBNF or an Urwerk, or even an HYT. So
the next step up is a Mad One Red, isn't it, or Mad One Green? But then you've got to win the raffle to win one, to buy one.
Yeah, and $2,000, or if you spend enough time on Instagram, you can do the Magnus watches car-inspired stuff. It has all sorts of spinny things, which actually look better than a Mad One, to be fair. Like I said, not an MBNF fanboy. And I've seen a Mad One, and I don't get it.
I love them. I tried one and I loved it, and yeah, but each to their own. Fair enough. But
yeah.
Back to this. I mean, I still think it's a fair chunk of money that they're asking. But
Yeah, so.
Well, this is going to be a market decides. If the market decides they can get away with it, doesn't matter what we think. If they sell their production at whatever price, then that's its value, whether we agree with it or not. I mean, is part of this that, one, it's not Switzerland, and two, it's not MBNF putting it out. If we're used to thinking of Atawak as a $500 brand, clearly they've moved on, and we all know, and Oris, I'm sure, can tell you that putting your prices up is incredibly difficult. But this is one of those cases where I think it kind of deserves it.
Yeah, so the thing about, I mean, this isn't a watch for me. You'll see on my wrist shots, this one is actually a more sensible, I think, in terms of wrist presence than the Cobra. The strap that they use, very high quality, and you get an additional one with it. They have this interesting strap changing tool, changing system, where you clip that little latch down there and the strap basically unclips from there. they have done a good job of this. But to Mark's point, yeah, that the market will certainly decide. But I think if they're coming in at this, $1,500 mark with the 20% off, I think that's a good buy. The thing with it is it's so distinctive. It's one of those watches that I think I think I might have said this in the review. If you like the look of it, you're going to be blown away with it in person. But if you're a bit in between, then that's what it looks like in person. It's not like a little bit understated when you get it in real life.
That could never be understated, and it's the kind of statement piece that you either love or hate. And I think yours went to a distinguished member of this parish as well, didn't it?
Yeah. So
some people are going to love it. Some people, I mean, I like the look of it. I think it's very attractive. It looks like it's well made, but I'd never wear it. There's a lot of watches like that for me. I like it, but I'd never put it on and wear it myself. But I can be pleased it exists, and I am. It's great.
Yeah. So it's a real interesting point. So Sean is actually coming back with the story. I'm gonna see if Sean will join. Actually, yeah, the first Speedy Tuesday #1 in the US. He wore it for his wedding a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I'll hide that comment because I'm seeing if Sean will join. In fact, Sean, I'll put the link in this in there, and then you can get it from there.
Wow, congratulations.
Okay, so let's see.
Congratulations on the watch and the wedding.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact,
yeah, sure. When Sean joins, we'll have a conversation about his extensive Omega collection. So Sam's asking, do you think there's any chance that CW releases a CW12 with aventurine dial? Ooh.
Well, they've done the moon phase, they've done the Sealander. The last two releases in the 12 range were the Halo with the rose gold and the black dial and the rhodium dial. So if they do, it'll be sometime in the future. I know, according to their latest in-house magazine, next year the Halo model, the special model, is going to be some kind of skeleton dial. They don't say which watch it's going to be based on, but my guess would be the 12. So there might be a skeleton 12 next year, which would be an interesting
cool.
Because that's using their in-house movement, the modified SH21, so the new version of that. So that'll be very cool.
Yeah, awesome. Sean, thanks for joining.
Yeah,
congratulations on the wedding.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you. It's the first time on a live.
I know. We did some stuff, didn't we? Really back in the day, but I ended up when I was sort of trying this show back out in the day, and I think I've removed those since. But yeah, welcome to the live streams.
Thank you.
So yeah, well, you should tell the story of we talked about it now, the Speedy Tuesday.
Yeah, story. I'm slowly migrating my watches into the new house too, because I just got a new house like a month ago. Wow. So I guess the triple whammy is like what? Getting married, getting a new house. This all is, and then my wife now just started a new job, so it's crazy. Everything's fantastic. So, but yeah, I do have my Speedy Tuesday here.
Very
let
nice.
me do it full screen.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a glare, obviously, but hopefully you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one random day someone called me and I was like, no one calls me from Jersey. Like I ignored it. And I was like, if it's important, they'll leave an email or like they'll send me an email or voicemail. And turned out to be Omega headquarters in New Jersey. And I was like, what? Yeah, I literally I left work, listened to the voicemail, and I was like, hold on, this doesn't sound right. And they're like, oh, you're the first person in the US for Speedy Tuesday. And I was like, that's not right. They did like a photo op and stuff. So I'm sure if you scroll through the Omega Instagram, you'll see my dinky ass wrist.
Yeah, that sounds like me at Wind Up when I got a text going, "Do you want a Snoopy from Omega?"
Wow.
And it's just like I can't remember how many times I could have sold that at Dubai Watch Week.
Yeah.
If I'd bought the damn thing, I could have sold it for a fortune in Dubai.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have been crazy.
But it's like they just keep offering me the Snoopy. I'm on someone's list. It's just like, you've bought every other bloody Omega chronograph. Why won't you buy this one?
So Sean, are you still collecting the Speedies now? Because I remember at one time you had quite the collection, didn't you? You had the Ultraman.
Yeah, the Ultraman. I guess it's mainly focused around like the Alaska projects, because as you know, like Speedy Tuesday #1 is based on the Alaska Project 3. I have the Alaska Project.
I'm jealous.
2008. Yeah,
Nice.
that's in service right now. I was gonna wear that for my wedding because that's, I guess, my good luck watch. But for some reason, that one random day, I overwound it, and I broke the mainspring, and I was like, out of all the watches, out of all the chronographs, like manual wind Speedmasters, why did I overwind it that day?
Yeah, because I imagine getting that fixed is going to be like getting an Ed White 321 repaired. It's just like, it'll go to Switzerland for 10 years because they can barely make them, let alone repair them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's in repair. But yeah, I mean, ever since like the Alaska project, that was like my first one. I was like, okay, I got the Speed Tuesday #1, and I was like, damn, I guess I'm starting an Alaska project collection. So that brought me to the Alaska Project 4, which is the LCD version. I think that was only available and produced for 1 year, which is like the predecessor to the X33.
Oh, right.
And then stupid Swatch and Omega did that moon swatch thing. and that's based on the Alaska Project 1 because of the Gemini hands, the capsule hands on the sub register. So I was like, gotta get that too.
And did you see the white dial Speedmaster that Craig Daniels was wearing recently?
Yes.
Craig Daniels.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Craig David.
Daniel. That'll do.
I thought you were joking then. He was actually real.
I've got no clue.
You've got a foggy head because of your cold. But yeah.
No, I'd have got that wrong even if I didn't have a cold, to be fair. I just have no clue about film stars.
Sounds like a snooker player.
Yeah, it does actually. But yeah, so that might actually persuade me to buy another Speedmaster if that does come out.
So this is a prototype that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the new Alaska project. You go, yeah, that's the one. That's beautiful.
Oh, it's a little bit.
It reminded me of when the new Seamasters came out. They did all their like usual dial colors, and then they put the white dial into like regular rotation.
Yeah,
so when I saw that, I was like, this is going to be
they had the
release.
The white dial black bezel went into regular release, and then they made a very few white dial blue bezel for the 100 Days to Tokyo.
Yeah,
because the white dial was the white dial made for the Commander Bond one back.
Oh, there was, yes, there was.
Yeah.
Previous generation,
yes, that's right.
Previous generation had a Commander edition. Yeah,
yeah, that was nice.
That's quite cool. I've seen those a few times. Don't have one, but I've seen them. So
actually, Sean, it's showing off your Alaska project here. Is it because this is one of your original ones?
Yeah, yeah. So you can't really see the hour markers because they're not like bordered by anything. It's just the loom. So don't ask me what time it is if I wear that watch.
But if you got the I do know this, but I've forgotten it. Do you have the aluminium shroud for it as well?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, let me see if anybody's not familiar with this. This is a crazy looking shroud that they I wonder if they've even got. Oh, here actually they are showing it on this
Big
article.
red one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I bet you rock that every day with that on, don't you?
I love it.
So that was the shroud was if for the story though, Sean. The shroud was to protect it because they were sending it to. Was it the Alaska project because of the coldness of space or something, or
Yeah,
the shroud was to protect it from getting frozen or something?
Yeah,
apparently it does. Yeah, I
normal
talked about that the other day. Apparently it does. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess when Omega introduced it to NASA, they said no, thank you. And then I think there's a I forgot who the user was. I think it's like Moonwatch Universe or something. He discovered like some photos of Russian cosmonauts with them, and they actually took the Alaska project with the aluminum case into their space missions. It's pretty crazy. Like the photos, like you really have to look because they have so much stuff on their suits. But it's clear as day. It's like this big hockey puck on their wrist.
Oh, interesting. I wonder. I'm trying to see if I can find that. There's actually quite a good article on Revolution Watch about it all. I'm wondering whether they've got the image of the. Oh, this was your one. This is the Alaska project.
Number 4. Yep. Yeah, they only produced it for like 1 year.
Wow.
The ones that they prototyped in space had a tritium. I guess not LCD, but it was like tritium powered. But I guess the civilian version, yeah, right there. The civilian version had like an LED, like those old yellow bulbs.
Yeah, because I always because I've been flirting with the idea of buying a Omega LCD, and I always because some of them are like most of them are less than $1,000. The Speedmaster LCD watches, but those ones are like $6,000, and I couldn't work out why the difference was, but that's obviously because they're rare.
Yeah,
I thought you'd been down the LCD route once and not liked it. The Omega LCD route. Yes, you've been there.
Yeah, my X33. Yeah.
Yeah. Gen 1 when you
love it.
took a bath, didn't you? Big time.
Yeah. I took a little bath on it. Yeah, I wasn't yeah, I didn't warm. I'd always wanted that X33, the original one, but I didn't warm to it at all. So yeah, this one's reasonably priced, but I suppose some of these, they're like 3,800. I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really shot up.
I think it's just like, and I put the image in the chat of the cosmonauts, but I think like once these like watch articles start coming out, prices just hike.
Yeah.
Because when I got my Alaska project, it was like less than like 5,000 on eBay.
Wow.
And then the very next year or so, articles came out about Speedy Tuesday, and then it just jumped up. But yeah, there's and I guess 1977, that was one of Alaska Project 2, I think, was the one with the shroud like that. So it did technically go to space. Just not talked about.
I mean, I think it's marvelous that the X33 Gen 2 is still used up in space. Obviously, not in spacewalks or on the moon, but inside the vehicle, the capsules, they actually still use the Gen 2 X33.
Yeah,
which I think is marvelous. Even though they've got all the rest of the ones, they still use the Gen 2, and they take it off them as soon as they land. They take the Gen 2 off them, so they can't walk off with it. And they give them one which has got engraved on the back with the mission that they've just been on. But the original original Gen 2, they take off them and they take it away and get it serviced.
So they give them the new Skywalker version.
I think they give them they might give us. I thought I heard of it was RJ who told me from Vitello. I'm sure he said to me that they give them another because they're still available, and they still get Gen 2s. I think they're still made for them because they give them out.
Oh, really?
So I think they give them. I'm sure someone said they give them a new Gen 2, but it's engraved on the back with the mission they've just been on.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And they send theirs off for service, the one they've just used.
Yeah, awesome.
I love my Gen 2. I really like it.
I mean,
yeah,
I noticed with a lot of I've been getting a few emails from retailers, shops in the UK about Black Friday sales, and I noticed things like the chronoscope. You know, they're offering £1,000 off, but then they're offering £1,000 off on a lot of watches from things like Carbon Doxers. So they're offering the chronoscope went from 8,400 to 7,300, and then the Carbon Doxer went from 3,700 to 2,400.
Wow.
And so there, a lot of dealers are just sort of slashing £1,000 off a lot of watches. And I noticed that the grey market as well. It's they're offering a lot of watches at discount prices. So it just goes to show that if you're interested in buying a watch off the grey market, they show their true prices that you can offer them, that haggle them down to at this sort of time, you know.
Yeah.
And if you really want to watch off the grey market, you know, this is the kind of price you can offer them.
They make enough money off it because remember, I won that chronoscope in a competition, but I sold it because my boiler needed doing, and a certain grey market dealer gave me peanuts for my chronoscope. It was virtually brand new. I hardly wore it. Obviously, I got it for free. Well, actually, I think the competition cost me something like 99p or something. But they gave me absolute peanuts for my chronoscope, you know. Actually, so if you had a lot of money vested in it, if you'd paid 7.5 for it, you'd lose money because I didn't get anything like it from the grey market at all. It's a blue one. It was the blue and white dial one. It was really nice. If my boiler hadn't blown up, I probably would have kept it because it was quite a nice watch.
Yeah, great point. So Sam say, don't forget to upvote. Thanks, Sam. Cheers for letting the chat know. And I did just do the Magnum PI watch. And in fact, the Magnum PI watch, if anybody's interested, is available on I might as well plug this. I should have plugged it at the start.
Get it plugged.
My new casual watch reviews marketplace. So I've set up a watch.
Brilliant.
Yeah, at the moment, sorry, Thomas and John, I can't. They don't sell. I can't sell to the UK yet, but it's coming in the next couple of weeks. It's a US and Canadian base.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm working with a company called District. The reason that I'm doing it this way, I'm going to release a video after this live stream that explains it all. But the reason I'm doing it this way is not only can I sell my watches on there and ones that have been sent in for review, but I'm going to open it up. I can actually open it up to other sellers to sell under the marketplace. So it might be a good way of building out a community watch store where we can, trade watches on there or sell watches direct to people that are interested. So I've got a video coming out after this. Got a bit of a cheeky thumbnail on there, so hopefully you like it. It explains it all. But yeah, there's that Magnum PI watch is currently for sale, and I think they're sold out again. So I think that's a good deal on there. And I put some other watches. That awesome Jack Mason that I reviewed is on there as well. So
that looks like a Swatch Blaupunkt when you first look at it very, very quickly. When you first see it, it just looks like the same. Yeah, I think it does. When you first see it, you have to double glance. It looks a bit like that. Nice watch though.
Yeah, one of the
really
not to start plugging away at my own stock here, but the Jack Mason was one of the watches I've been most impressed with this year. I'm really looking forward to review another one. And the only reason I'm selling that one is because, well, it doesn't have the date on it, and it's also a white dial.
Of course, yeah. I don't know.
Zodiac want their bezel back.
I thought Zodiac mark. Yeah,
it does. It does remind me a little bit of a vintage Zodiac. I'll say that the case shape and stuff. But they're designed in Texas. They obviously the parts are sourced from all over, but they have them assembled in Ohio as well, which I believe I'm guessing is the same place that they have their watches.
What movement's in it?
It's a 9075 Miyota.
Motor
Or
9FM5, right.
it's the undated version of that, which might be the 9037. Somebody will know in the thing.
It is nice, definitely. I think it looks nice on the strap rather than a bracelet. I don't think it's a bracelet type watch to me. To me, it's more of a strap watch.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right on this, but the bracelet is so good. They've got this ratcheted system that they've patented. Not patented, but they've designed it themselves. Very thin, very good. Anybody, if you go on there, you can actually follow me on there, and as I start posting new stuff on there, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to be posting on there. Not just all watches, but stuff from the channel and things like that, as well as more watches. It'll pop up and let you know when I'm posting new stuff. So yeah, casual watch reviews. It's the actual link is district, and this is it here, district.net/casual watch reviews. So throw me a follow over there. So
right,
I don't know how I ended up promoting that. Whoever there was the question, thanks for promoting that.
So wrong with that. It's your channel, mate. You can promote what you want. So why not? You know, I mean, it's not you're not on anybody else's channel, do you? It's your own, mate. That's fine.
So the only watches that'll be available ones without a date.
Yes, they're all. I should have called it the Dateless Watch Store. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't last very long in the collection. My Dateless watches, but anyway, next.
The Dateless Watch channel. The Dateless Watch channel. That sounds like. I'm not joking.
Sin of the Dateless Watch.
Instead of Timeless Watch channel, the Dateless Watch channel.
Dateless Watch channel, yeah. Okay, so Aaron's saying fave sales today are Fratello, Yema, Freestyle, and Cigar King, of course. Okay, so let's have a look at what Fratello are doing for Black Friday. Let's have a look if they're doing anything.
RJ, friend of my show. Sorry, I got to plug it. I know RJ, he's a mate of mine now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in his office and sat at his famous office, which is brilliant. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, Fortis. Do you like Fortis?
Oh, okay. So it looks like they're selling. Got a lot on. NATOs, yeah. And then they've got a sale on there. You've seen this, haven't you, John? Is this the one you've seen?
Yes. What happened when I went over there on the little trip? That we did a review on the video. They just got it into review, so we reviewed it on my channel and everything. Launched it. It's really nice, beautiful. Both of those, really, really nice.
The Tropic Dial looks awesome.
Yeah, the Tropic Dial is absolutely awesome.
Wow,
it's textured as well.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
And that is just what they're using in there. They're using a. Is it a La Perjou movement? What's the Le Joupre? Sorry, is it? Let's look.
That's as bad as my Daniel Craig thing.
Yeah, Salita. Yeah. Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. Salita SW510M. Oh no, it's manual. That must be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to drop. My cold is beating me, but happy Thanksgiving you all, and hopefully I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Get better soon, mate.
You're better.
Right. Cheers, y'all.
See you later.
Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got this. This is on their Black Friday. What else have we got here? Oh,
a lot of their limited editions are on sale.
Did they over egg the pudding with some of these? That's quite. This is a beautiful looking one, isn't it? This I don't know if I knew that they.
It has a date.
It does have the date, and look at that. It's like a nice, interesting dates around, unless that's just distorted.
It's a big date. It's absolute. You like your dates, mate. It's a big date for you there. There you go.
I think they've done a good job of that, haven't they?
Nice, isn't it? That. Yeah. This
will be Salita as well, won't it? Probably. So okay, so that one's on. So Aaron, you were spot on here with the.
What about the Fortis on the bicompact? That looks nice. I like that.
Oh yeah, no, doesn't look like there's a deal on that one.
That does look nice, doesn't it? That.
Yeah,
like a gradient dial, or
it looks like it's brushed.
Oh,
it's very nice. How much?
Like
How much
Levi
is-
jeans on that Railmaster.
How much is that? How much is that then? That's
3,318.
Wow.
Let's see what else they've got. Sold out. So these must be all their. Oh yeah, these are all their limited editions. So it looks like they've still got some of the Oris left, some of this one, but everything else is sold out. So yeah, that was a good shout. Actually, it does look like they've got some good deals on there if you're in the market for a NATO or a limited edition watch. Yeah.
I tell you what, I did like that I did like that Oris picture in that other big the other picture when you go back. You know the old looking Oris. We go back one page.
Yeah.
You know where you got this seat where it says seatbelt NATO's. You had at the top of this page now. That is a beautiful picture of an Oris. On that. No, maybe one back one another one again. Sorry, there was a. I just remember seeing it on the wrist. It was like looked like a real old vintage Oris.
Oh, actually, in the
it was where we got that picture of the SMP 300. It was in that banner there, but it was a few pages back, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, it's such unless it changed. It's really really nice.
It's not the one that they're comparing this one to this vintage one. No.
It was in the header. It was in the header page. I've seen it a couple of times where you've been showing that, and it's I don't know where it's gone. It was really nice. Perhaps it's the next. Try the third one. Sorry to railroad your stream. Maybe try the next one. Oh, where's it gone? I don't know. It's really. I think it's a vintage. It looked like a vintage piece. It's really really nice. No. There we are. That one.
Oh, there we go.
Look, that looks beautiful. Is it an art? Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Yeah. Point of date.
Really like that.
Big Crown point of date.
Yeah, there you go. So that's sold out then as well.
Is that it?
Looks tiny though, doesn't it? What size is it? Oh, 40.
Oh wow!
Nice that though, isn't it? That
like
is really
36.
It does, doesn't it? It looks tiny. I mean, the numbers must be huge on it.
Yeah, because it's got no proper big bezel in it. That's what kind of makes it look.
Probably, yeah. That looks nice though. That
it does.
Dial.
It just looks really nice. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it looks old, doesn't it? Oldie worldy, doesn't it? Yeah, bronze. I mean, it's proper. Just going to patinate properly, isn't it? That looks really nice. Wow.
Yeah. And then
I mean, Aaron mentioned Yema as well, and again, they're still marketing on Kickstarter. Yema, I was surprised about that.
They're half in and half out, aren't they? They seem to release new models, and then they'll go sort of half in on Kickstarter. It must be working. It must be working for them. So let's just have a look.
Superman Friday. The Superman Bronze is on Kickstarter, and that's for about $600, I think.
Wow.
And I was amazed to see on Kickstarter, Yema is such an established brand now. It's been going since 1948, and
yeah, they redid it though, didn't they? A couple of years ago, they brought it back to life 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Interesting marketing strategy.
Yeah, but you're right, aren't you, Thomas? That they seem to, when they're experimenting, like I think they did that with their own movement, didn't they? When they were doing their own in-house movement, they tried it out.
CMM10 movement, I think it's called CMM10 or 20 or 30.
I wonder if they still do that. They used to do a quartz, didn't they? Version of their Superman. They used to do some like a quartz version of some of their watches. I did actually order a quartz one once, but during the pandemic, it was at the start of the pandemic, and during that they were having a few issues with trying to send stuff out, so I ended up canceling it in the end.
Right.
Yeah, but
I'll be hopping off, gentlemen.
Oh
yeah.
Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
I'm sure I'll come back on one of these nights.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Let us know. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group.
All right, awesome.
Use WhatsApp group.
But yeah, have a great night. Buy some more stuff, I guess, if you have it.
I haven't. Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice meeting you guys, and
nice to meet you, Sean. Good to meet you, man.
All right, have a nice night.
Yeah, see you later.
Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that was a good one. What else did Aaron say? He said, yeah, so Fratello Yema Freestyle. Are those those digital watches?
Not heard of them. And the Cigar King, I don't know either.
Yeah. Freestyle watch. I think this is what he means. These are those surfers digital watches.
Ah, right.
Oh yeah. Don't they sell these on Hodinkee? Or there's one of the big brands that sells them. Okay, so they said they're selling straps as well. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. Okay, and then let's have a look who we've got. Next question coming through.
Sam D.
Yeah.
Are there any special brands of
FKM rubber straps?
FKM?
Yeah, let me show that one. Are there any specific brands of FK rubber strap that you recommend?
Well, there's
I like the FKM rubber. I bought one that I didn't like. I can think of that. That was actually I like Crafter Blue straps, but they did an FKM one recently that I did not like. It was let's have a look. I think it was here. And it was this one. So the strap itself was really nice, but they tried to get a little bit clever with the butterfly mechanism. So this is like a deployant clasp.
Okay.
Just didn't like it. It's sort of like a spring. I can't really describe it, but it's like a spring-loaded deployant.
Right.
So it kind of like it snapped in. It didn't clip in. So the two sections kind of snapped in, based on like a spring mechanism, and I didn't like it at all. But Crafter Blue makes some great straps. Watch Gecko make a great FKM Tropic strap as well. That Jack Mason watch that I reviewed that had an FKM Tropic strap on it that was awesome. But yeah, I think
James is commenting that most of them come from the same source, but he likes a discount from Strap Habit.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I like the feel of the FKM rubber, but I don't. Let's have a look. But I don't know what their long term, how durable they are long term. I imagine they're all right, but have you got any FKMs, John?
No, I haven't actually. I just want to keep thinking. I'm a bit of a strap nerd. I mean, I might have nearly 50 watches, but I've probably got the same again of loose straps. Every watch of mine has got a strap, and I've probably got another 50 straps lying about. It's sorted ones, you know. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's that strap. They've obviously got that strap without the deployant on it, and then they've got the. I've had this strap before. This is cool.
For being the ignorant one, but I'm not familiar with this term FKM. I know about rubber straps and about Everest and but what is
a pity Mark joined it? It's a pity Mark jumped off, but FKM is fluorine rubber or fluoro rubber. It stands for. I'm getting that off Wikipedia. I didn't just remember that, but it's FKM refers to the actual the rubber itself.
Material.
It's very soft. It's very soft, and it doesn't gather dust. It's sort of like the best. It's sort of like the best of both worlds between silicone and then the rubber. It's not trying to explain it. It's soft, so it's not like a ISO frame. It's not like a ISO frame or Crafter Blue, that kind of harsher one. It's not. It's got the softness of silicone, but it doesn't pick up lint. It doesn't pick up dust. So it's actually really good. They're really nice fit, and they've got a little bit of weight to them as well, which is nice.
Right.
So yeah, I would recommend trying one. I don't know how they are. Oh, here you go. So Mark, even though he's from his sick bed, it's a German acronym for fluoro rubber, fluorine rubber. Enjoy them before they get banned. Well, Mark, you can't say that. What's that mean? Maybe there's a chemical component or something. FKM straps become ubiquitous. Now they are my go-to aftermarket strap material for all watches. Okay, so unless Mark comes back with a bit less mysterious with his comment, we'll see.
I'm a big fan of isofrane straps. I really like isofrane. I'm a huge fan of them. I think they're rock solid and really comfortable, I find, as well.
Yeah, the PFAS regulations in the EU may well kill them. Oh, interesting.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I've reviewed a couple of isofranes on the channel. They sent me 2. Isofrane, they also own the actual name Tropic, don't they?
They're owned by Synchron, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Synchron group. Yeah, they're the Tropic name. Yeah, so Tropic straps, which are those sort of what's the name? Checkered woven, checkered pants sort of straps.
Yeah, they made the original ones, didn't they? They are famous for, and then they stopped making them, and then everybody else sort of piled on making them. Well, you know, Uncle Seiko, who also actually is doing a really good sale, so we'll have to drop on that for a second. But they started back up again. Synchron started making the Tropic, and they do a very good job of them. They're unique because the isofrane rubber's really nice as well. It's a little bit their Tropic feels like an FKM, but they've got their isofrane it's an acronym for the actual rubber that they use. It's because isofrane were famous for making the first rubber strap, I think, that didn't degrade.
Right. Okay.
Because the original rubber used to kind of go all sticky, didn't it, and degrade over time. But they made that first rubber. But
I know the Comex divers relied on isofrane quite a bit, and
yeah, they make a good strap. They're worth the money. They're expensive, aren't they? When you first see them, like $130, $40 for a rubber strap, but they're definitely worth it.
Yeah, I've got one on the Synchron watch I bought, which was the imitation of the Doxa Army, called the Synchron Military, which was
yeah, they had a bit of a battle of wills, didn't they, about that?
Yeah,
because weren't they linked at one time or something?
Rick Marai owned Synchron, and he Synchron owned Doxa during the 60s when they released the Doxa Army. So effectively, Synchron sort of owned the rights to the Doxa Army, but they got bought out by Doxa, and I think Rick Marai then went on to work for. Went on to manage them until 2019, I believe. Doxa went on to manage Doxa until 2019, and then he's now just running Synchron.
Yeah, and they also own the Aqua. What's the other one? The Aqua.
Aqualung.
No, don't they? They own the other one. The
Aquastar. Yeah,
Aquastar.
Yeah.
I like these. I've seen something on Instagram. I think they. You know that guy who pitches who posts a lot. There's a guy who posts a lot of like military diver pictures on Instagram. He was on with Teddy Baldassar a couple of months ago. I'm sure he posted some proper military diver who had one of these watches on, the Synchron.
Yeah,
the personal watch. I seem to remember the name. I couldn't remember until when I saw the picture. Then I thought, yeah, something like that. That is very much like the Doxa, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. Well, Doxa make this one, don't they? They make the Doxa Army that is very similar.
Yes.
But the Synchron one, Thomas, they did it first, didn't they? They did a pre-order on it.
They did the pre-order just before Doxa released the Doxa Army. Synchron brought out the Synchron Military, and with the same pattern, and they've now brought out this. The Synchron Military was a limited run of, I think about 1,000 or so. I've got the black one, the black DLC one.
How much are they?
Well, they're not available anymore, these, but the
Available.
Doxer version, which you'll see is almost identical, is
Yeah.
2,250 US
But
dollars.
these-
And this is a range that they're sticking with because these ones with the bronze bezels are like a newer style, so they've definitely reissued them.
I hate the ones with the bronze bezels. They look awful. Why they put the bronze rim on that bezel, I don't know. It's just something I don't like. Quirk I don't like about them. But the other ones are beautiful, I think, without the bronze on them. Just look gorgeous. Works of art. Pieces of history.
Yeah, I think Pocket Watch Time Patrick has. I think he has this. I think he has the Doctor Army one, but I think he might have one of these as well.
He has the limited edition Doctor Army, which came out in ceramic.
Right.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, this is a good looking. I was really tempted with this watch as well, but I just don't think I'd get on with this Fotina. The yellow with the Fotina loom is just, to my eye, just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's have a look. Any other questions? Keep your questions coming. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. I'm sure there's other people live streaming at the moment, so I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, you too. Well, I thought you were quite brave today when I saw you there, and I thought, oh crikey.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because I got today off because it was it's like Black Friday, so we don't get anything over Easter, but in the US you get.
I just thought, considering who else was about, I just thought, wow,
Yeah, somebody's put this question in, and I can't do a Doxer anymore now that Seastern are doing the same watch for 1/10 of the price. I presume he said.
Yeah, if you want a Chinese homage from Seastern, I mean, go for it.
Don't get Sam started on homages.
Yeah, we've got another hour going. But you're right. I mean, Seastern, literally, they're such a blatant copy of a Doxer. It's a real shame because the thing is, you can certainly fake the watch, but the Seastern didn't have any. Like Jack Cousteau didn't dive with a flipping Seastern watch. There was a Seastern watch wasn't in 3 Days of the Condor. Doxer's got the history. You can fake the watch, but you can't.
Tactical Frog's another one. Tactical Frog do one. They do a Doxer, an absolute Doxer ripper.
I mean, the Clive Cussler novels didn't feature a Seastern. They featured a Doxer.
Yeah, and these are NH35As, and the Doxers are I mean, the Doxers are ETAs, I think.
I love Doxer. I mean, when I went to Spain earlier this year, I went to a Red Bar Spain event because Andy's the head of Red Bar Spain, and there's some young guy there who's a youngish watchmaker in Spain. And he had a 1966 Doxer with an orange, a beaterized bracelet and an orange face. And it was my year's 96, it was my birthday year. And I thought, God, do I want? He wasn't selling it. I tried to get him off it, get it off him. I don't think I was sold a lot of stuff for that.
Yeah, because Doxer for me is definitely it's a history. You buy into the romance of the history, don't they? Peter's done a very funny comment here. He says, "I'm never buying another Daytona now that Pagani sells one for $50." But it's because I think unlike other brands, I mean, actually a lot of brands, for me, I mean, you could get one from, if you like the design and you can't afford Doxer and you like the Seastern, then, buy what you like. But for me, these things are like a history. I like to buy into the history. I like these watches aren't those watches. Like the Omega Speedmaster you buy now, professional, isn't the one that actually went to space. But I like the romance of it. I like the romance of Doxer and
Jack Cousteau and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I like that. It might be a jagged line back to that, but a bit of a wavy line back to that exact point in history for the company itself. But I think a lot of this is, or these are perhaps the little stories we tell ourselves to justify spending this amount the money on these watches. But
James,
yeah, it's
James
great. It's a great point actually. Thanks for the question
James
about.
Duffy's got a cracking question. Which watch would we wear to Christmas dinner or company party? That's a really good question, James. I think that one.
It is. Well, do you want to go first, Thomas, and then we'll go to John?
Well, it's a watch I don't have. If we're talking about watches that we don't have, it'd be a Breguet Classique 7147. I love Breguet Classiques, traditional dress watch, Grand Phone enamel dial, Breguet numerals, Breguet hands, small seconds of 5 o'clock. But if we're talking about one that I own, I'm in love with it. I want one. I'm trying to sell all my vintage Omegas at the moment. I've got 8 vintage Omegas, some military ones, some non-military, some 1940s ones.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm going to sell them all to try and get one of those. And,
wow.
And add more money, of course.
Of course.
I mean,
have you got Amiga Dirty Dozen, have you?
No, I've got a 953 RAF. I've got a Pakistan Air Force Seamaster Ranchero. I've got Chronostops. I've got all sorts of stuff, John. 940 jumbo radial dials. Art Deco dials.
You get all rid of them just for one of these? You want?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not only is that impressive watch, but I'm impressed, Thomas, that you seem like you were waiting for that question to come. You were like, "Yes, this is my question. Yeah. What would I wear?"
He's probably his account. He's probably got another account, and he logged in and asked it.
Out of the watches I've got, I'd probably wear my Zenith A384 chronograph because it's 36 mil, so it's 37 mil. Sorry, so it's not too big, and it's really funky. It's really nice. It's funky to look at. It's just not too big. It's a bit of a talking point. And it's just a really snazzy watch. I love it. Yeah.
I've got this thing about chronographs with suits. If you're wearing a suit, I don't think a chronograph with a suit looks right. I don't know. That's just me. That's just
point. Yeah, I think you've got.
Sorry, it just needs me. I'm sorry. I'd wear that. That is almost a one and done. It looks great on the bracelet. That's the original bracelet, which I haven't used very often. It got a service when the watch was serviced before I bought it. But it looks great on NATOs. It looks great on leather straps. It looks great on anything. That is a proper strap monster. And I would probably just, have the proper cut suit,
Yeah.
Tom Ford.
Yeah. I think I would wear probably wear my date, just my special occasion watch. But I suppose you've got to be. I suppose it depends. I guess it would depend, wouldn't you? If you were, depending on what you were doing, perhaps you don't want to be like too flashy at a Christmas party, or.
Yeah, I'd probably wear my Milgauss, to be honest with you, my Z Blue Milgauss, because that's like you say, it's nice and dressy, and it's like a date. Just it's a smart dress watch. No date, Sam. Sorry, no date.
Well, I suppose, I suppose at the Christmas party though, I've been to some pretty wild ones where perhaps no watch or perhaps a G-Shock would be better. But
I can imagine.
Also, let's see what. So James Duffy saying he would wear. He was replying to Mark, so he would wear his Belcanto too, but his is delayed till 2024. Says that's all I say because Sam doesn't like me talking in it. Yeah, I realised that they were. I did that. If anybody's interested, I did that upload with Mike where he talked about some of the Belcanto delays. I believe somebody messaged me this morning saying that another email went out. I think today. So some people are now waiting till January next year. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Yeah, James Duffy saying to wear his North flag. Let's have a look. Any other? Yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. But anything you guys have seen on the old watch press and the old watch world?
You can hear your dogs, John.
Yeah, is that your dog snoring, John?
Can you? I didn't know you could hear it.
Oh, it's like a chainsaw.
It really is. That's Ronnie snoring. Yeah, sorry. It is. Sorry, everybody. That is Ronnie snoring. Bless him.
So yeah, well, so here you go. So,
in the watch press. What have I seen in the watch press?
I'll answer this question whilst you haven't think about it. Sam says, "How's your experience with your new Grand Seiko?" I've actually got it here. Hang on. So, yeah. So I like. Yeah. So this is the new one that I got. If anybody saw that video, I replaced the GMT version with this quartz version. You can't really see it very well.
It's really nice. That is really nice. You're happy with it, then, are you?
Yeah, I like it.
I know how disappointed you were with the original one. I remember you just said you got it. It's a pity that you really wanted it. It's
definitely more modestly sized than... I don't know, actually. I think it probably is the right size for me, but I'm so used to wearing like oversized watches that it's... But yeah, I do like it. I like the high precision quartz movement. This should really be my one and done because it does everything. But yeah, I don't know. I mean... I'm gonna see how I feel about it. I wore it on a work trip recently. I mean, it's definitely got some little battle scars to it, but yeah, I'll see how I get on with it. I don't know.
It's really nice.
I would like it to be on. If I'm being brutally honest, I would like it if it was a little bit bigger. It's a 39mm. I would like it if it was perhaps a little bit bigger, but there we go.
There's that keeper though. You're not gonna flip it soon. No,
they're all at risk in my collection.
Oh God, dear me!
There's only three actual keepers that I've got upstairs that are my grandfather's watches that are the actual keepers. But
you're gonna
I'm definitely going to keep hold of it for a bit. I need to do an upload on it. I need to do the follow-up video on that. What's funny about that upload is that it's still my highest performing video. This was, if anybody's not seen it, this was the one I did about the why I called it like why I hate my new Grand Seiko, and I got a lot. I still get the occasion. I got a lot of sort of comment, like difficult comments at the start, I'll say, but now occasionally somebody will say something, and I'm thanking people now. I'm like, thank you for watching it because you've blown this up. You've blown it up to well over 125,000 views, I think it has. I'm like, thanks for just... I know
more than the bracelet adjustment one. More than the bracelet adjustment one you had.
No, that's still going strong. My Invicta.
Invicta bracelet adjustment is the highest. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Yeah. That is completely crazy.
That's still my highest performing video, and I get comments on that every week. People thanking me for doing the most in-depth Invicta adjustment. So people get a lot. That's probably the one that's not only the highest performing one, but the people that get the most value out of that one, I think, is that Invicta one.
Sam D's mentioned about the new speed timer, the speed timer chronograph. I think I've got an issue with that. I talked about that on my show on Tuesday. I've got a big issue with it.
Which is this? Is this the one with the multiple dials, or is there even a newer one?
It's a nod to their original one, but to me, the shape isn't even the same. I don't know what Thomas thinks about it. He's in the vintage watches. To me, the shape isn't anything like the old speed timer.
It isn't. The original speed timer was used the first analog.
Which one are we talking about here, guys? Because this is, I mean, is it because these? You're not talking about this one because this one's been out for a while, or are we?
It's in one of the. It's on one. It may be on. If you try monochrome or one and wound, it's on there this week. Sorry, that's the one. Just to make sure we get one of the two. You might just scroll just a bit because it mentions.
Yeah, because I want to see this because I'm a big fan of this. Here you go. This one.
There we are. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, to me, that shape of that one, I mean, it's nice, but the shape of that one is nothing. If you scroll down the article, you'll see the picture of the original one.
I've got this one, actually. It's upstairs.
Look at that. There we go. I'm sorry, but that shape is a classic 1970s with that bracelet, that shape. And it's nothing like that. That new one is nothing like it. I've got this thing. I'm one of these people that I say that if they bring out a nod to it, it needs to be exactly the same size and the same shape.
Oh yeah, I'm not being funny. I think that looks. I actually really like that. I there's something about it that would I
It's
spend?
nice. I'm not saying it's a horrible watch, but I prefer just don't say it's a nod to the speed timer when it's
Yeah. I mean,
been
they've
named.
been doing that. They've been doing that the whole time. Haven't they? It's funny, isn't it? The bracelet's not far off. I mean, sort of in style with the Uncle
Yes,
Seiko, the old razor
that's
wire
true.
there.
The bracelet is good. The bracelet's good and everything. I
I
prefer
like
the
that
white
one.
dial one than the black dial one. Yeah.
Didn't the original speed timer come with the 7A28 movement, the first quartz analog movement?
They're 61039s, aren't they? 6139, sorry.
Look at that. That's just classic, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got mine upstairs actually.
Wow.
I don't wear it enough, really. I should really wear it.
There's a quartz watch, isn't it?
There was a quartz speed timer, yeah.
Yeah.
But you mean the re-editions, because they've started doing them again, haven't they? So I've had
the original speed timers. So
70s. The original
yeah,
70s.
they were all mechanical chronographs. They only made them for like 10 years as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had the SSC 911. I like that one. I had that one. I had this one. Found it a little bit too small. I do like this. Oh no, that's in the bigger case. I don't mind this green actually. But yeah, I don't mind that actually. I do not mind that.
I don't mind it that much either. I quite like the reverse panda one. That they've brought out. Yeah, I'm a fan of reverse panda chronographs. So I don't know whether it's got is that a sort of textured coating on the case? Is that some sort of PVD or DLC or ion plating? Do you think? Or
on the actual case itself?
Yeah,
it just looks brushed a bit to me. I don't know.
Jack Mason have been doing this with they've been doing the like it's a DLC coating, but it's a clear DLC coating to give it scratch resistance. So I wonder if they put something on. Yeah, I actually like that. You know, your dog, John, does it keep you awake at night? Can you hear it at night? Does it keep you awake or
no? I manage to sleep, but it's sometimes they go deeper sleep. He goes out through the snoring stage and it doesn't make a sound at all. It's a bit weird.
Wow. At least he's still ticking away.
He's still ticking away. Yeah, that's correct. It's only one of them. It's only Ronnie. The other one's fine.
I think the watch that appealed to me the most, or I was most intrigued by, was over the past week has been the new Moser Streamliner, small seconds. Just because it's got a polished bracelet rather than what was the other kind?
Oh yeah,
of
like a brushed
wasn't
one.
It? A brushed one, it was like a textured one. The last one, yeah.
So is this on their website?
It's a Granfo blue enamel dial. It's with a small seconds. It might not be on their.
It might not be on their website yet. Oh, this is I'm on Watchbox here. I thought it was on Moser's actual website. That's interesting, isn't it? If you type in Moser, you Watchbox is the first hit. Really? That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, here you go.
There we go. Look at that dial.
Oh yeah.
But it's just the polished bracelet. I think would get scratched a lot, and I worry about that. But I think it's a beautiful watch. It's got a new micro rotor movement, and it's I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have got any more questions coming through? Grand Seiko also released 3 new watches exclusives to Watches of Switzerland, and Mayer's purple dial one is gorgeous. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see if we can find that.
SBGH 337.
SBGH 3007, was it?
337.
Oh, I can't find that. Let's have a look on Mayer's website. Yeah, Mayer's is the local Watches of Switzerland, actually, here in Florida as well. The local, their company that they sell through. Interesting. Grand Seiko, let's have a look. New arrivals. I actually had a look at this. I saw this, what's it called? The Tentograph. I saw that in person. That's a really nice watch in person.
Yeah,
Very
I saw that in person at Watches and Wonders, and it was really interesting watch. I wanted it to win the chronograph prize at the GPHG, but the Peterman Badat was going to be the obvious winner. But I wanted Grand Seiko to get some sort of props for, just get a break and actually do it, because the movement has been totally reworked without the module. The chronograph module on top is different, but the actual base movement has been totally reworked for the Tentograph, and it's a really nice movement. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it. It's really geometric shaped, which is I found interesting. There's that this is the one I think I saw that they were selling on Crown and can't be, can it? I think this is the one they were selling on Crown and Caliber before in the Black Friday sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. So they're retailing it for 10,400, and then a used one is 7,500, and then they're offering Hodinkee are offering 500 off that, so it's 7,000. This is a I saw this one in person, titanium, beautiful watch. So that's interesting, hasn't it? How much that has gone. I mean, I took a bath on my Grand Seiko, but that's quite the. Because I think this is a brand new. I don't think it's older than 12 months. This model.
What was the MSRP that you say?
Well, Mayors have got it for 10,400.
10,000. Wow.
And then there's 7,500 on the pre-owned.
7,000.
Interesting. So Sam's saying that the new Grand Seiko Watch Pro has it. So let's have a look at the Watch Pro website. I used to go on Watch Pro all the time, but I don't like. Oh, here we go. I think this is what it means. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, so that's a very purple dial.
Nice. That's very nice. I'd like that straight
green
away.
And the black.
I love that purple. That looks really nice.
Yeah. Well, that's like a sort of Guilloche. Yeah. Well, I mean, it won't be Guilloche, will it? I think they stamp the dials.
Do you like that colour? I like that. It's really nice. Very nice. That is.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No, don't like that. Don't like that green. That's quite subtle, quite nice.
Mm.
The purple looked lovely though.
That's the really purple was the winner there in that lot, definitely, 100%.
So what? Well, let's see. I've got any questions coming through. Well, why don't I ask the panel a question? What's been one of your favourite watches that you've bought this year, Thomas? I'll start with you.
Mine has to be my Zenith A384 chronograph. I bought that this year, and it's an absolute beauty watch. They're using the Zenith 4400 movement, automatic movement. A piece of history. It's the first El Primero that came out with the El Primero movement in 1969. It's a revival piece, obviously, but
is it this one? No.
No, the A384. If you just type in Zenith A384.
Oh, this one.
That's the A385 cappuccino dial. Mine's like just a white panda dial.
We'll get there in the end. Oh, there you go. This one.
There we go. Yeah. So
and you
just
on bracelet or
no, on the strap? I'd like it on the bracelet because it's a what's called a gay fair ladder bracelet. But I just got it on the strap. I bought it. It retails in England for £7,500, and I got it used on eBay, mint condition, for £4,200.
Wow.
So it just goes to show how the market, what the state of the market is at the moment, and how you can get a used watch, and somebody can take a bath, and mint condition with its all the boxes and all the paperwork, and they wanted 7.5, and I offered them 7. I offered 4.5, and I offered them 4.2, and they accepted.
It's nice, that.
And I just love it. It's a really beautiful watch.
I was worried these are quite small. Are they, or are they?
They are 36 mil, yeah, but they wear really nicely. They wear quite big on the wrist. They don't wear that small.
Looks big. That would surprise me. That's 36 mil.
I'm wearing a 44 mil Panerai at the moment, so I'm a big watch guy, and so I'm a big watch man, but yeah, 37 mil was beautifully. It's so elegant. It's that's why I said I'd almost wear it to a black tie event. It's just a beautiful watch. So chuffed with it. That was my buy of the year, best buy of the year so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Have you got one, John? What's your
favorite?
I
don't know. I bought a few this year. I don't know because I got my Speedy, my 1861 Speedy, but then I also got my X33 Gen 2, and I also got the Bulliver Moonwatch, the proper size one, because originally I had the original older Moonwatch, which is too big, like 45.5 mil.
Yeah.
And I sold that, and they made it the 43.5, which is the proper size of the one that was worn. So that made my Constellation collection, if you like.
Yeah, so somebody actually messaged me at work. We've got a work watch chat as well about that Luna is on sale in the US. But even now, I remember you could get them for. I'm sure you could get them for less than $200. But even on the Black Friday sale, that original one that you're talking about, John, the big one it's like $400 now.
And they're not going to shift that. I mean, I don't know why. Some people will buy the bigger one, but why buy the bigger one when you've got the proper size one there, the bigger one with the date, where the proper size one doesn't have a date?
Yeah, because this is because look at that 445. I remember you could get these for less than.
Maybe.
I thought they were around 200 at one. I mean, we're talking like several years ago now, but I remember that when they first came out, nobody really gave them the time of day, did they?
No.
So this is your one here, then, the one with the.
Yes. Now you see the problem with the bigger one is if you buy the one with the bracelet, you can obviously put a pass-through strap, or you can put a two-piece strap on. But if you buy the one with the two-piece strap, you can't retrofit the bracelet in it. They're different. You actually make them different. But the newer one, you can put it comes with a bracelet and a strap, and you can just swap them over. But it's a great watch. It's all three of them together. I've got the oddball one that went to the moon because the Amiga failed, and then I've got an Amiga moon watch, and I've got the X33 that is also currently used inside the inside the vehicles and everything, but not in space. So that's my constellation collection.
Nice.
Quite, yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is your favourite out of the lot then, John?
Sorry, man.
Which is your favourite out of the lot?
I'd probably say the X33. It's an oddball. You know, it's pretty. I remember RJ from Vitello saying to me, if you get one, make sure you get one with the box, because the box is a white box and it's the same material that the spacesuits were made out of. That white stuff, like Kevlar stuff. The actual box, watch box, is the same material.
Yeah, they're hard to get in good condition though, aren't they? Because they've got that. They're like self-destruct. Because I had that X33 with the box and the flock that it just comes away.
It does. It does flat. Yeah, I must admit, I'm very careful with the box. But luckily, I got receipt, box, and papers and everything. I managed to get it. It's really, it's a brilliant watch. It's titanium, and it's an interesting watch.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you liked it, because I did not like. I had a Gen 1 X33, and the thing I didn't like about it is because it's got the circular LCD and the white hands. You can't really tell the white hands kind of got lost in the LCD for me a little bit. But so let's see.
I might wear that. I was thinking, I've got my sister's 60th birthday up north next Saturday, and I'm thinking, what am I going to wear? And all the time I was thinking, well, it's going to have to be the James Bond Seamaster. But I've just thought to myself now, why don't I just put the X33 on? Just in case there's any watch nerds there. I don't know. There's going to be people there who are no. There's going to be people who are no, or don't know, not watch nerds. You know, friends of my sisters. So that would be a talking point, because there might be somebody else there with a Speedy on. But I bet you there's probably not many people there who's going to be with an X33. So I might just stick that on.
Yeah, you very rarely see them in the wild, do you?
No.
You very rarely see them in the wild.
Another way, you can switch the LCD off as well to save battery.
Yeah. So MJDM says the same reasons why you don't like the Railmaster, the reasons why they like it, and that's the interesting thing with the hobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sympathy for Bezel is like, is this thing still going? Yeah, we're doing an extra hour. We went an extra hour. Joining the party.
Here's a question for the panel. Black Friday today, but the 24th today, a month away from Christmas Eve. So, what watch would you ideally like to receive the day after Christmas Eve?
Oh yeah. Do you know, I tell my family not to buy me watches because
you get to
buy me one. He said them.
Yeah. Do you know? Because because I don't know. I'm very particular about watches, and I wouldn't want them to spend a lot of money on a gift. I don't usually ask for extravagant Christmas presents, so I wouldn't ask for like an expensive watch, and also I wouldn't want them to freestyle it, because if they tried to guess what I would like, I'm so particular with watches. It would probably not.
Yeah.
It would probably be something that I would, and then you're sort of contractually obliged, then, aren't you, to keep it?
I'll find you one with the biggest date I could ever find. The one, just in your face, Yeah.
A Langer one or something, yeah.
Yeah. But I've actually kept some aside for my dad's. My dad's got an IWC, but he's big into his fishing, so he loves his Casio watches. So the what's the name? The Pro Trek that I reviewed a couple of months ago. I messaged him straight away and just sent him a picture. Said, "Do you want this?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'd love that one." So I kept that one aside for him. He likes his Pro Trek watches. So that was a present. Thanks to Casio for sending me that in. That was a present sorted. And then my mum used to always wear a black Swatch watch with a white dial. It's a bit like Steve Jobs had a Seiko, didn't he? But that she always used to wear a black dial with her. But now, since she retired, she's bought I don't know whether it's a rotary watch, but it's like one of the smaller watches she's got.
I got in for review once a Boulder field watch, like a Hamilton car key. And I gave that to my mum, and she's worn it for the past 6 years or so and loves it.
They do a great job. The Boulder do a great job. I sent one to Macola over at Man Cave Leather, and he wears that Boulder because they went mechanical, didn't they? But the first ones were quartz, and the quartz ones were really good.
Yeah, this is a quartz, and my mum obviously, doesn't want to wind it up all the time, and she washes the NATO strap and in the wash, and she loves it. Yeah, so
cool. Let's have a look.
My mum wearing a field watch is quite a funny thing. You expect your mum to be wearing something glamorous, but to see her wearing a field watch is quite interesting.
Yeah, Helen, she, even to at wind up, she took her Apple Watch with her. She was like, "Oh, should I wear one of me nice watches?" And I was like, "Oh," I tried to talk her into this. My wife, Helen, I tried to talk her into buying a Cartier tank, and we found quite a nice one with a rare. We found quite a nice one with a dial that I'd not seen before. It had a striped dial, but it was in the real for real or whatever. It's like a pre-owned, and there was an imperfection on the dial, and I was like, oh, let's see if we can find it afterwards. And then she'd gone off the idea, but she does like the we went on a cruise last week actually, and they had pre-owned Rolexes on the cruise ship, and wow, they were really expensive. They'd added diamonds, they'd busted them down, some of the bezels with diamonds, and they'd added on like an extra $5,000. And the guy was in there, and I was asking him, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a great deal." It was a ladies' date, just 26 mil, steel two-tone. They wanted $17,000 for it. So I worked out that model is like 5 at best, but they'd added loads of diamonds to the bezel.
Market diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So I think that's what they do on these cruise ships is they buy date justs and stuff like that, and then they add the diamonds to them to kind of elevate the. And then they give you some BS about these are the something diamonds versus what Rolex put on them. I was like, yeah, he'd lost me by that point. But let's see. Actually, John, you didn't answer the question. What would you Father Christmas?
Well, for me, I bet I wonder if Thomas can guess. Just have one stab what you think it could be. I think Thomas probably knows.
It'd be a
it's not going to be the mill sub. That's I mean that's something realistic.
It'd be a. I'll tell you which I saw a great Zin. What I don't know. No, I'll pass. I don't know.
No Time to Die, Amiga.
No Time to Die.
Yeah, yes, I want that. I do want that. I mean, when I borrowed a load of watches of BQ, there's only 2 I really like. One was the FXD, which of course I bought, and the other one was a No Time to Die. Which I really,
do you know what's
really
interesting about that watch for being limited edition is even every Omega boutique I've ever been in, including when we were on the cruise last week, the Omega boutique on the ship and the one in the Bahamas, everyone has that No Time to Die. You never
is
see.
Is it limited edition? Is it classed as limited?
It was.
Okay, but they're all over the place if you get them, but they're holding the value. They're still on a bracelet. They're still $7.5, $8,000 on a bracelet, even though Bond never wore it on the bracelet in the film. He always had it on that NATO, on that gold.
Yeah, never had it on the mesh.
But the mesh is beautiful. The one I borrowed, luckily, had the mesh and the NATO with it, and I tried it on both, and they're both beautiful.
The mesh really is nice. I've tried it on the mesh.
Yes.
And it's gorgeous.
It's titanium as well, isn't it? Which is rare.
I do. I love that's what I would love to receive. Please, Mr. Father Christmas.
I'd go with I was at Watch Pro the other week and Watch Pro Salon, and the Zin stand. I was standing there for ages, and I fell in love with the Zin Easy M12. It's a helicopter doctor's watch
Yeah, I went to the Zin factory went to the Zin factory in March, when it was March, April, and we saw that. Yeah, that's the one. Beautiful.
That's the one. Beautiful. Yeah, it's got pulsation second hand in the shape of a helicopter's rotor, which can make pulsations in 15 seconds rather than having to wait 59 seconds.
And is this the one where the strap is actually just hooked onto it instead of?
You can just literally just unhook it, the rubber strap. You can just unhook it and then replace it.
Yeah, because I picked this one up at a watch buys event and the strap fell off and I thought I'd broken it. I thought the spring bar had gone, but it just kind of like hooks over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a great pick. Let's go back for some questions. So Wingmaster says, just bought the Black Orient Kano rubber strap for under $150 US, coming in a couple of days. I'm not familiar with that.
Congratulations, good one, Wingmaster.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with that one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Orient watches, Orient Kano Black. Oh, Long Island watches, and let's have a look. Okay. So it's not far off the Mako, is it? The Mako.
That's similar.
That's a good price if Chrono are selling it. Oh, and the rubber, yeah. But if Long Island watches have got it for $255, and then here we go, yeah, $235. So that was a good buy.
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good. Let's have a look.
Black Friday.
Let's have a look. So what do you guys think of the? What do you guys think of the black quartz glycine combat sub for under
brilliant
$200?
I'll start off with brilliant. I've got a bronze glycine combat sub, which I bought from Ashford for about, which is another cheap American retailer, a bit like Joma Shop, that do lots of cut price glycines. I got it for about $300, and I absolutely love it. The quartz one, I can't go wrong. Yeah, $200 is. I would imagine that's the kind of price that Ashford would do them for. I love the combat sub. It's a great watch. Love glycine.
It's the black one, so it's the one there in the middle there, is it? In that, I think it isn't it?
Oh, this one here.
I presume it is.
I love blacked out watches, so that's got a full thumbs up from me. You know, I love blacked out watches. Love glycine. Love the combat sub. Yeah,
I don't like black bracelets on black. I don't like black metal.
Yeah, I'm not a PVD. I'm not a black PVD guy. But this, I did spot one that I did quite like the look of. Actually, where's this? That I don't mind that with the. I don't mind them with the straight hands. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, the straight hands like that, I don't mind those at all. Yeah, so that sounds like that sounds like that's a good deal just based on our little thing. Next question is question for the panel. Have you ever owned any of the Citizen Chronomasters?
No.
I don't believe that's Chronomaster.
Let's have a look.
Don't recall.
The quality is comparable with Grand Seiko, he says.
Oh, wow, is it? Interesting if it is.
Oh, because I know them as the Citizen. Yeah, so I know them as the I call them the Citizen. So there is one called the Citizen. It's just that I know them. So I am obsessed about this watch. I've told Casio US, the team over there that I work with, that the second that these come to the US, I want to review one. They look spectacular. Jody at Just One More Watch has the white version. I think it's the similar one. Has the white version and loves it. I think they're amazing. I would definitely buy one. So this is the one. They're similar to this. Is accurate like 5 seconds a year. This Grand Seiko. I think this has some ridiculous accuracy as well on it. It's Eco Drive.
Quite pricey though, aren't they? That's quite pricey, isn't it?
Yeah, they are.
You know, sorry, but it's a Citizen at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It is their Grand Seiko. Yeah. it's their version, Citizen's version of the Grand Seiko.
And
This washi paper.
what movement's in it?
It's their solar eco drive technology, but it's got some. Yeah, it's thermocompensated. It has some crazy accuracy. It's like a couple of seconds a year or something. But yeah, I know Jody talked about it on Scottish Watch, on where Ricky interviewed him on Scottish Watches on their YouTube channel. Jody spoke about this. So the washi paper dial is a Japanese technique for making the doors, I think, on the houses or something. But yeah, I would definitely buy one because I love my high precision quartzes. This is
Big Matt saying that the white dial is Jody's current favorite watch. So
yeah, here we go. Yeah, so here you go. So next, so they're definitely creeping up as well. I've actually got, this is my one of the few watches that I have in my notepad on Chrono 24. I just don't know whether it's too much like my date just and too much like this. To
I like the white dial one. I'm just looking now. I like the white dial one. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then Frank asks, have you guys ever bought a watch from Japan? I'm in United States and I'm wondering what the VAT would be on the $5,000 watch. Okay, so I'm in Florida. I bought this watch from Japan, from Chrono 24. So I bought a Grand Seiko from Japan. This was $3,400 or something. And I paid, it came DHL, and I paid about $80 import duty, but
really,
they declared the full amount on the thing, so I paid about $80 or $90. I know that varies because I know other people that have imported watches, it goes up, but I bought this off Chrono 24. I researched the company. They were a Grand Seiko dealer. So yeah, I have bought, and I know other people that buy quite a lot of watches from Japan, because not only do you get good prices from Japan, but the Japanese really look after their watches as well. So even the pre-owned ones are in really good condition, like that pre-owned Grand Seiko that I bought.
I was going to say, Frank, we take a path in the UK when we import things. We get hit with big VAT and import duties. Yeah, if you're in the US, take advantage, my friend.
Yeah, I think they definitely, yes. I sold a watch. What did I sell? I sold a Hamilton, I think. Really, one of the first things I sold on Chrono, and it went to Spain, and the guy got really hit hard on the import duties. It was ridiculous. I think the watch was like $800 or something I sold it for, and he really got, I think it was like $300. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't. I would do it through Chrono because Chrono 24 has the, well, not just through Chrono, because eBay's got the authenticity guarantee now. There is other ways, but I bought mine through Chrono because Chrono has the escrow that they put the money in, and they have their own guarantee.
I've got a question for the panel. Is there any particular watch that you have got, a sensible watch, as opposed to an $8,000 one, unless you've got $8,000 lying about for no chance? Anything you've kind of, for cheap money, that you've got your eye on? Anything particular you're looking at?
Yeah, I've really got my eye on Polar Explorer 2, Rolex Polar Explorer 2, and I want a 2023 one because it's my 50th birthday this year, and I'm having no choice at all with the ADs, and I'm wondering whether to go grey market and spend another 1,500 quid on one. It's really niggling me. But apart from that, sorry, Sam, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, because the even at the height of the silliness, the Explorers were still sort of reasonably priced, weren't they? They never went crazy money over.
Yeah. The Polar Explorer 2, that is the one. But apart from that, going back to reality, I've seen a really nice another one which I've seen for 1,300 on Chrono 24 is the discontinued now Isotope Hydrium second collaboration, and I absolutely love it. I know Jose from Isotope watches. He's a great guy. I've seen him at several watch shows, chatted to him, featured him on the live stream. And it's either I really like the Scottish Watches collaboration they did with Scottish Watches, the Alba, Hydrium Alba, but the Hydrium second that he did is just a great watch. And there's one on Chrono 24 at the moment for 1,300, which retailed originally for 900, but because it's second.
Yeah, I would like to like these more. I saw one. I wonder if they got the second because it had the. Did it have the green?
It did. It had the green
lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt second hand, the big pulse, and he changed the. He made an anagram of the name Isotope and called it Autopsy on the dial. It might be that one right at the top right. If you just scroll back up, is it that one?
No. Oh, here you go. Yeah, this one because Dave at Scottish Watches talked about it.
Yeah, I love it. So
yeah,
you're not so much a fan of Isotope, eh, Sam?
I saw them. They're great. I saw them at Wind Up. Yeah, I definitely saw them at Wind Up. But it's just I don't know. There's just something. Well, I mean, they haven't got the date for a start. But beside that, they just don't. Well, there's one with the date. I don't know. There's something.
Very similar case shape on all the watches, on all the dive watches. It's a very similar case shape. And he just mixes up the dials. But I like the interchangeable rubber straps. They're really easy to change, and he brings out some nice colors in the straps. And yeah,
You show your screen, by the way, Sam. Just sort of let you know.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Sorry, was.
I like Jose. He's a cracking character, and yeah.
I was just gonna I was actually gonna let Peter know that I told him that next time we streamed, I would let him know. So thanks for letting me know.
I still want. I've always want a Seiko Pogue, the first chronograph. Now, but it has to be the one with the meters 70, one with the writing on the left hand side. There's two. There's obviously it's got to be the yellow dial, or the solar dial. It's got to be that one. But it's got to be one with the water resistant 70, whatever it says on the left hand side. That's the one. And getting one with the original bracelet as well, because it's quite old. You can get quite a lot of them, and they've got aftermarket bracelets. So getting one with the right bracelet. But I've always to add to the Constellation series, another space one. Yeah, the first in space.
Colonel Pogue.
Yeah. But finding a decent one. I mean, they're going to be easy to service as long as you get one which isn't a Franken watch. It should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Quite hard to find one with a bracelet, I think.
Yes, getting one with the original. I mean, I think the original bracelets on its own go for stupid money. You see them on the people advertising the original bracelets for nearly as much as the watch themselves.
Yeah.
So that's something I would kind of, I'd kind of like.
Yeah, I've got the blue dial speed timer.
Yeah.
I did it.
Seikos are just so good. Seikos are just so good. I could probably get rid of all my collection and find the equivalent amount of like 40 odd Seikos I like. And Seikos are so there's so many good models of Seikos, you know, just you know, the Willard, the Turtles, the Sumos, and just everything. It's brilliant. I love Seiko.
Yeah.
And I seem to remember when I was like 10 or 12, when I used to go looking at watches in shop windows with my dad. And we always used to look at Seiko. It was like in the 80s, so it was Seiko quartz. But it was just I just remember being fascinated. I remember I used to have a Seiko Seiko brochure, which was like a thin brochure it was, and yeah, it was all Seiko stuff. I remember. Great watches.
They were the days, Adrian.
Yes. Yes, they were the days.
Next question. Sam says, what brand surprised you at Wind Up? Yeah, so this is just for me. I know I mentioned Jack Mason a couple of times. I was surprised by Jack Mason. I got to see, we've had Nicholas on the show a bunch of times, but I'd never seen a Fears in person, believe it or not. So I got to see a Fears in person, and they're everything. He said, my wife actually really fell for the platinum one. It's like $30,000 or something. She's like, oh, it's so nice. It actually looked quite good on her wrist, but yeah, there's no chance. So, yeah, I was quite impressed to that Formex as well. I was impressed with.
Formex
watches. Yeah, I'd not seen them in the flesh before. And trying to think if there was anything else. Yeah, a lot of the other brands that I'd seen before. To be fair, the Bolivar. The Bolivar Jetstar. I didn't mind that. That was quite cool in person. But yeah,
I like that. The red dial Jetstar. Yes, that is the burgundy, isn't it? Red burgundy. That is really nice. Chili Badger's into them at the moment. He got into them, and I must admit, I had my eye on one of them a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. The reason that I mentioned Jack Mason is because I think I was interested in them because I totally thought they were a fashion brand. I 100% thought that they were part of a bigger brand. They were just another name that
name does sound like unfortunately, it does sound like it's like Christopher Ward. I always thought of them really, but I think they haven't got. Have they got changed? They haven't got Jack Mason written on the dial, have they?
No, well, no. I think they used to. So Jack Mason is actually like Christopher Ward is a real person. In fact, he's when we did the interview, Jack Mason is a kid. He's like 10 years old. So, but he's the son of one of the original founders, I think, or one of the original investors.
These are nice. Right in front of you here now.
Yeah, these were really, and I wouldn't have stopped by the stand, but watch Chris kind of took me over and introduced me to Peter, the founder.
I like the Americana.
And I was just really impressed with the quality. They use the clear coating to stop scratch. It will scratch over time, but just to prevent.
I like that.
Yeah, so I think they did a really good job. And what was the other one I mentioned? Formex as well.
Formex. Fears Brunswick Salmon Dial for the win for me.
Yeah, they're everything. They're everything they say. I was joking with Nicholas a little bit because he's obviously good friends with Mike at Christopher Ward, and the Christopher Ward consort bracelet. It's a loving interpretation of the Fears bracelet.
Well,
I think
the Fears Christopher Ward collaboration that they made, the Alliance watch for the Alliance of British Clock and Watchmakers, is absolutely good. The jump power, I really love that. I mean, they've got entered for GPHG, and I really did love that. Limited to 50 pieces for the members of the Alliance of British Watch and Clock Makers.
Yeah, they did a great job of that. We actually interviewed Nicholas on the channel. Todd V interviewed him on the channel all about the background to that. If anybody's interested, let's have a look.
Good question by Lyndon there.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Tried to buy a watch for a friend. I have a friend who has some funds
2000 based on the Black Friday deals.
So $2K to $2,500 right? Okay.
Well, let's see. Well, let's have a look on. You know what we could start with? We could start with the fact that Crown and Caliber, with the discount, I think Hodinkee are offering $500 off. So I wonder what you could get for.
It's got to be new, I take it. You can't settle for second hand or anything. It's got to be new.
Yeah.
Actually, you could go to 2,500 to 3,000, couldn't you? Because
what have Morris got going? What have Morris got going?
They've got the big Crown Grig pointer date, so that with the $500 off would be within that ballpark, wouldn't it? About 2,100.
Yeah. We could do it. Sorry, we could just do a bit of an idea of the style he wants. Does he want dress watch? Does he want dive watch? Yeah. What does he want? A bit. If he could let us know, because we could, I don't know.
Go for the Railmaster. Go for the Railmaster.
Yeah, you got a couple of Norcanes on there as well. You've got another Oris Diver.
Go for Christopher Ward and save a shitload of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Ward have got some nice stuff.
I would say check out Joma Shop, and there's some cracking stuff on there. They had a nice Zenith chronograph, which was a bit out of that.
Yes, I forgot. Yeah, Captain Cook.
Captain
Cook.
Captain Cook Rados and stuff. I just saw that a minute ago on that list you had on the last page.
Yeah, they'll actually have them on. They have Rado is one of the Rado is one of the brands that
I don't know, but yeah, Captain Cook definitely. Yeah, Captain Cook's a good. Yeah,
you could easily get. I've never owned a Captain Cook, but
they're very popular in India apparently. Rado, the brand.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah,
very popular. Yeah.
It's like when I saw Spinnaker in the stores in Japan, in a lot of the big retail stores, they had Spinnaker in the cases. I actually like this one. I really like this one, but I think it's a bit too small for me. It's let's have a look. It's 37, so I think that would just be a little bit too small for my liking.
I would say you can't go wrong with a Doxer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can't go wrong with what else?
Oh, look at that. They've got your Doxer Army there with a $200 coupon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's after coupon, so it's showing the price after the coupon.
Can you get anything in the Tudor range for 2.5? Not really, is there? Not new anyhow.
Tudor Royale, you could get Tudor Royale, which is a bit like their version of a Datejust.
How much is Explorer? Tudor, the one that looks a bit like
this one,
Everest or whatever.
Tudor,
the one looks like the Everest. The looks a bit like the North. Not that's it. No, is it
the Ranger?
The Ranger, that's the one. The Ranger, yeah.
Well, there you go, 2,900.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, depends what style he wants, really, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, he said his friend is diver heavy and prefers them, but isn't opposed to a go anywhere, do anything watch.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, this 57-year-old man here doesn't know what GADA stands for. I'm not down with the kids.
Translate for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so Sam's saying the Omega DeVille Presage is on a deal on Joma Shop.
Yeah, I saw that as well. The DeVille, they've got several dial colors. They've got a blue dial, I think, a brown dial.
You've got a couple of Railmasters there. It would come full circle. There's yours, John.
Yes.
The DeVille's are on straps, which are not really nice watches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, DeVille. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much choice, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is.
Tag Aqua Racer.
Yeah, Sam D saying Tag Aqua Racer.
Yeah.
Wigmaster saying, how about a Rice Field watch? Yeah. Nice.
He's diver heavy though, isn't he? He wants divers, doesn't he? He's a bit diver heavy.
That could be go anywhere, do anything. Watch a nice Rice Field watch on a leather strap.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Lovely watches made in America. Great. Cameron Weiss, yeah.
What's the best Christopher Ward dive watch then? Do you reckon, Sam? What do you reckon?
Oh,
600-meter one.
Yeah, I mean these. Where's
like you've got recently?
Yeah. So this would in all. To be totally transparent, I did very kindly get gifted this by Christopher Ward. It's the first. They recently sent it me in for review. They don't normally send watches in for review, but when I met them in New York, they kindly gifted it to me. This watch is absolutely. This actually would probably fall into the. I think it's 1,600. Let's have a look.
Yeah, so you get a bit of you can afford then to get a decent, get another strap for it as well. You've got the bracelet there, classic bracelet, but you can probably afford to get a nice strap for it, a couple of nice straps.
So this the only thing with this one is that they're not updating the dial on this one. So you'd have to be comfortable with the fact that it's got the Christopher Ward name on the dial, which I don't mind, but this is their Elite 1000. This is a real hit. It's fully titanium with a titanium bracelet. It's Kosk, has the day date, beautiful bezel. This is a absolute triumph, this watch. I'm going to do a video based on the fact that I think this is like the sleeper hit on their site that they never talk about. This is definitely, I would say,
1,000 meters as well.
It's
you said it's called 1,000. You said it's called 1,000. It's in it. Normally it's 600. It's at least 600 meters. Isn't it?
Yes, 1,000
meters. 1,000 meters. Yeah, wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, this watch is absolutely incredible. It's got a helium escape valve on it, but it doesn't sit too proud on the wrist. This is one of their that I wish I'd talked about this watch more. I don't know whether they're going to discontinue it because it's got the Christopher Ward name on the dial, or that they're going to refresh it. But
nice as they refreshed it. I mean, that's an Omega killer, isn't it? That's an Omega killer. That is.
Got their even though it's got their titanium booklet, still got their beautiful ratchet system on there, which is one of the best that you'll find. It's got a transparent case back, even though it's 1,000 meters. It's an incredible watch. They do this and they do the blue dial. Normally, I'm a blue dial guy, but it's got orange accents on the blue one, which I wasn't sure I'd love the look of, and I'm actually glad I went with this version. Yeah, I wasn't too crazy about the orange there, but
I mean, it's not too thick considering it's 1,000 meters. That is pretty. I mean, I've seen watches with less than 1,000 meter water resistance, which are a lot thicker.
Yeah. This is incredible watch. I'll do a full review of it, and then, but really love this watch. This is probably the one that I wear them. In fact, I've been wearing the Marathon mostly this week, but this is the one that I've been wearing the most since I got it. Cool. Okay. Well, anything else, guys? I mean, we've gone for ages. That's been really. This is like the longest one we've done for a long time. Normally we go for an hour, but we've
been a fun chat.
Yeah, it's been a fun chat.
Cool. Thanks to all the chat for your questions.
Yeah, for keeping us going.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah,
happy Black Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, absolutely.
Hope you have a great Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, well, I will. Well, maybe we'll sign off now. I will. I'll upload the video on the watch store. So the new watch store, if anybody wasn't there when I was talking about it, I've set up a new watch store. I'll upload the video on all of the details behind it, so you get an idea of what's going on with it and my future plans for it. I'll upload that video as soon as we finish here. Let me know what you think, and then thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to the panel for watching.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks for having me on. I just saw you on. I thought, jump in there and have a good old chat with people.
Thanks
Yeah,
for having
absolutely.
us. Yeah.
Right. See you later, everyone.
So take care, everyone. See you later.
Everybody.